Welcome on in, Raiders! Welcome! My name is Redclaw, I am a dinosaur, and today we are having our male VTuber design review! I'm going through a bunch of submissions of male VTuber designs, and I'm giving my critiques, telling them what I like about their designs, what could use a little bit of work, what isn't working, and overall just trying to give some constructive criticism. There are 300 submissions. I'll be real, I'm probably not gonna get through all of them. So what my hope is that you take like the ideas and stuff that I'm throwing out here, and then you look at your characters and think, okay, based off of like what Red said, how can I amplify this, or do I even need to amplify it? Because like I said, there's a lot here. I'm doing my best. Also, I saw this from Dawn. Not Dawn, it wasn't Dawn that said it. Who said it? It was Zekrios. In my opinion, for male VTubers, the best thing you could do is not to be a VTuber only, be a content creator who happens to be a VTuber. That is actually, real talk, the best advice that you could say. But the thing is, that's advice for everyone. I'll be real, if you're a content creator and it's like, what is your shtick? I have a penis. Okay, but what do you do? What do you do? Are you a comedian? Are you a voice actor? Are you a model maker? Are you like a speeder? I have a penis. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna move somewhere. Like, no, like seriously, you cannot make your identifying factor that you're a dude. No, like you have to bring something to the table. I do want this to be the big takeaway, though, for you guys. The advice I'm giving you is not going to guarantee you success. You can come up with, like, the coolest fucking design for your VTuber and, like, take some of my design advice into account. And I'ma be real, it is not going to guarantee you any success. The model just gets people's attention. You're the one that's going to keep them around. You have to be entertaining. You have to bring something to the table. It can't just be, I'm not like other VTubers because I'm a dude. Like, you gotta do more than just that. Yeah, design gets people in the door. It's up to you to seal the deal. And this is the trap that a lot of male VTubers fell into. That they're like, man, it's not fair that I am struggling in the one entertainment field that is dominated by women. Clearly the issue is that it's because I'm a guy and VTubers hate guys. No, you fool. Like, literally, the majority of VTuber watchers are men. So, like, when you're like, oh, I'm gonna make myself this super sexy thirst trap man character that's gonna get all the ladies and I'm gonna be so fucking popular. No! You fool! That's not what's gonna happen! At best, you're just gonna attract the gays! Do you think all of this is attracting women? No! It's not! It's pulling in very gay men who we love, but... Oh, no, Takari, we love the gays. We love the gays here. But, like, there are so many male VTubers who get mad that they aren't, like, they're like, oh, I have, like, this super sexy model. Why isn't there, like, a woman audience coming to me? Or, like, why aren't I getting, like, hundreds of viewership? Like, again, it's an industry that is predominantly women with an audience that's predominantly men. So if you want to be a sexy dude, if you want to be a sexy anime boy, don't do it to gather an audience. Do it just because that's what you want. You want to know how I built my audience? By hyper fucking fixating on Transformers, dinosaurs, and Godzilla. Those are very niche things, and they're not bringing the women to the yard. I'm not saying I don't have women audience. Oddly enough, I actually just checked recently. Apparently, I'm almost at 10% audience that are women, and real talk, guys, that's a miracle. Yeah, no, that's huge. Yeah, like 1 in 10 are women, that is actually really impressive for VTubing. The best thing that you can do is don't find the content, don't do content that you think is going to guarantee success. Do the content that you love. Do the content that you care about and like. Again, my shtick is that I am a very neurospicy dinosaur man that likes comic books, Transformers, dinosaurs, and Godzilla. I show my chat collectibles that I'm excited for. Like, I'm not chasing mega trends. I'm doing the content that I'm enjoying, that I'm passionate about. And there have been people in my chat that have said this. They stuck around not because they were even into half the shit that I was talking about, but that they liked how passionate I was about it. My point is, take the advice I'm giving you, which if you think it's of value. Apply it to your design if you think you need to. But just go in knowing that is just like the design is just the first step. You need to be the one that brings it home. And that's for everybody. It's not just male VTubers. But I need male VTubers specifically to stop getting in their own way and stop looking for excuses. Oh, it's my design's fault. Oh, it's because this is a place with mostly women. Oh, it's because of like this and that. It's because... No. If you're entertaining, if you create a community that wants to stick by you, then you'll be fine. But you need to be able to do that. You know the amount of VTubers that I've seen that are like barely puppeting their models? And like I would raid into them or like I would be part of a raid and they're like playing their game, not saying anything. They see the raid alert. Oh, welcome on in, raiders. We're playing a video game right now. Pretty interesting. Oh, wow, that just happened. Oh, let's see what's in this magical item pouch. You're a cartoon! Be a cartoon! Be a Looney Tune! Come on! Make yourself move! You paid hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for this model! Use it! Use it! What I'm saying is I can help you make the best VTuber design that you can, but if you don't have the personality to bring it home, what's the point? So, we're looking at Star. So what is Star's gimmick? Star is a Triceratops VTuber. I'm going to tell you a lot of things I really like about Star. So I'll be real, and this is a personal preference for me. I do like symmetry, but I like asymmetry within symmetry, if that makes sense. So like if you actually look at Star's model, you'll notice, oh, there's a few bits of asymmetry in here, but it's not too much. For the majority of this outfit is pretty symmetrical. The pants aren't a different type of pants, but you see that like on the pants, like there's a little bit of a strap here, there's a tear here. The shoes are symmetrical, the hoodie is symmetrical, the belt and everything. We have a strap there, just a few things. Yeah, symmetry with a pinch of chaos. It's balanced, it's eye-catching, it has you looking through it. Yeah, exactly. Asymmetry to add flavor, spice even. Other thing about Star is wearing, for the most part, a relatively simplistic outfit. It is a hoodie with the sleeves off the shoulder, shorts, and boots. What makes Star's model stand out and is easily identifiable for Star are a few specific key traits. Some of them are accessories, some aren't even the outfit. Again, the big star on the chest, the star motif on the necklace, the sweater, the belt strap, the easily identifiable red horns, like they all make me know instantly that's Star. It's not just, oh, Star's just like a cute little anime boy, which he is. However, there are still key identifying features that tell you that it's Star. And the thing that I like about this is, for a humanoid Triceratops VTuber, the thing that I love that he did, because I know a lot of other Triceratops VTubers struggled with this, it was, how do you translate the third horn on the nose onto an anime boy without it looking awkward as hell? Star was fucking smart. Just make it a band-aid. Jewel Score brings this up too. The hoodie and tank top also have distinct hues of blue. There is good color balance here. You'll see that while there is some highlights in the darker blue shorts that match the hoodie itself is not an exact copy of the shorts, the shirt. Like, it's well balanced. And it's not that everything has different shades, it's just that the placements are arranged in ways that they contrast and pop really well. That way, it doesn't make him lost in a sea of the same tone of blue. It follows the 60-30-10 really. It really does. And the thing is, you're gonna see it with a few of these, and I am gonna bring this up a couple times. A lot of people think, okay, this is my color theme, and they keep everything relatively the same shade of that color, and they just get lost, and they become a void of that color. So like, I see someone who's like, oh, my color motif is purple. I'm going to make all of my colors dark fucking purple. No, do not do that. Like, you can make either that, you can make your main color either a highlight that stands out really well that is throughout the outfit, or again, do what Star did, multiple shades and arranged in ways that do well. Also, someone asked what is 60-30-10, and Moomerily answered, it's a color balance rule that originates from interior design. 60% dominant color, 30% secondary color, 10% accent color. So, in regard to me, I'm actually going to zoom out for my design really quickly. You'll actually see red is not my primary color. It's my secondary. However, because of how I arranged it and where I placed it, the red pops. It might not be the red, but it still translates to on the upper. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my main color is like a black charcoal gray. Secondary is red, and then the tertiary was like gold. The point is, Star's got good design, good color balance, nice sprinklings of asymmetry in what is overall a symmetrical design, a smart problem solving when it comes to design work there, and really just doing stuff that makes it his own. You see this character design and you know this is Star. This is Starboy. Easily identifiable. All right, next, Agent Magnetar. Yeah, so here we go. TJ, I was hoping that you would submit. I have fun with your character design. So this is another one where there's sprinklings of asymmetry. I love the shooting star crystals. Again, going into the Magnetar aspect of it. It very much evokes Tokusatsu, Sentai, Kamen Rider. Like, this knew the assignment. This was just a really smart design idea for a VTuber model. Okay, Sentai, they're wearing helmets. How do you emote? How do you design ways for the model to emote when it's a helmet? And this is where, again, I love this design. Just the eyes. And you instantly know how the emotion that Magnetar is going to be dropping and stuff like that. I love the choice of having the star light up whenever you speak. Really, really cool. And again, green, gold, black with a little hint of purples. Very fun. Going to the other ones, a Flame Impact, Tidal Impact, and Thunder Impact. As you can tell, well, now you can't tell because someone just took my cape. I like big shoulder pads. I like some pauldrons. So because of that, Flame Impact's my favorite of the three. Anyway, good design. Thumbs up. Moving on. Okay, now we're going to DocJay. So DocJay, yours is very interesting because there's a lot about your design I like. There's a lot about this I love. So DocJay, if I'm not mistaken, is Suchomimus. I almost said Baryonyx. Dinosaurs, am I right? Again, love the paddle tail. Love that. I do like the overall design. My big problem is, and I definitely see the Native American roots in the axe and the sash. I guess my big problem is that, like, aside from the sash and the fact that you are literally a dinosaur, there isn't a lot that like really is like stand outish to me, unless of course your reasoning is keep it simple. In that case, you are absolutely getting the simplistic design going. I will say that some of the colors are starting to like mesh. Like this shade of blue is very much beginning to mesh into the brown. I would have done something to like maybe add a little bit of contrast between that and the glove, but that again is just for better color separation. But I do like this. I also really liked your solution to giving your dinosaur anthropomorphic form facial hair by making it like scale scoots. That being said, I don't think the scale facial hair works as well on your 3D model, mainly because in the 2D art, this is easily translated. I can tell that it is scales that are meant to look like facial hair. This just looks like you got like fuzz on your face. Now again, for all I know that this was just like a difficult thing in the 3D modeling process, I don't know. I'm not a 3D model artist, so I can't really give an opinion on that. I will say, however, with your 3D model, the separations work a lot better than in that drawing, so it might have just been like a color thing. But no, I think this is nice. I think my favorite thing about it is your sash. I actually really like the sash. It really stands out in regard to like everything else. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. I also like that your head crest is poking out of your bandana slash beanie. Really, really fun. The sash is really cute on the 3D model. I really do like it on the 3D model. I really do like it. I think there's a lot of good stuff here. Oh my god, it's the sandwich man. So here's the thing about Veggie. You instantly know it's Veggie whenever you see it. Veggie is, again, easily identifiable. And yes, these are the self-tying shoes from Back to the Future, which already gives him more points. However, again, chat, I'm gonna just do this on my screen. You take away the sandwich head, and this is still a pretty dang good design. Very notable design elements. got, again, a really nice jacket with some nice color separation. You have the black, white, and with highlights of green. You have the graphic tee with a phrase on it. You have the jeans, the little side straps here. Again, the very easily identifiable self-tying Nikes. So this is already a good design in of itself. And then Veggie takes it one step further by giving himself literally a sandwich head and the fedora. And so because of it, easily identifiable features, a recognizable jacket, recognizable and distinct logo. Veggie's got the BL Tail logo on the back of the jacket. And the thing is, like I said, this is a good example of keeping it simple but still making it your own. This is a very basic design, but you see it and it's easy for you to identify. I know exactly who this is. This is VeggieBLT. But yeah, no, Veggie's got a good design. All right, next we got Daiji Lopho, a Dilophosaurus VTuber. We're getting a lot of dino tubers today. I could imagine why. Nah, nutty. We do got ourselves here a Dilo femboy. Also, yeah, longer hair on a guy, but it's not in the stereotypical like just straight down or in a long ponytail. It's almost in like a messy bun. And the thing is, because of like granted, again, I know Dilophosaurus probably didn't have the fucking frill. However, if you are making a Dilophosaurus VTuber, it is a pretty easy way of making an easily identifiable thing. And then on top of that, the two head crests on the top also identifying Dilophosaurus. Again, really good stuff there. I actually do like the amount of dino that is in this design. Big problem that I've seen with dino VTubers is they're like, I'm a dinosaur! And then there's like no dinosaur features on them other than just like, I got a tail. Therefore, I'm a dinosaur. Nah, fam. Lean into it. What is your genus? Your species? I want to see design elements that imply what your species and genus are. I want to know what dinosaur you are. So, and again, even without the dinosaur claws, the feet, and the tail and stuff like that, the face alone is enough for me to know Dilophosaurus. I know this. I've seen the movie. I know what happened to Newman. Now, that being said, the outfit itself is pretty damn simple. I will say that the blue is very much standing out in a good way. However, this is definitely feeling like this was meant to complement everything and not the outfit itself, because it's more so it's like, okay, you have the orange and the yellows, you have the grays, there's yellows in here and there's greens and also like reds and stuff. Then there's just blue straps out of nowhere. It does a little bit come out of nowhere. However, I don't hate it, but I like it a lot. This is really fun. I'd love to see this translated into an actual model. I'd love to see this into like in the form of an actual yeah, it complements. It's complementary. But yeah, no, I would be very much interested in seeing this in like full-on model form. Anatomic, physiological characteristics in this type of species of VTubers really makes me appreciate the design. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I've seen so many dinosaur VTuber designs where basically their entire shtick is I have a tail, I have claws and sharp teeth, I'm a dinosaur. And I'm just like, okay, but what dinosaur? So no, I like this. Let's go to Tomi. Tomi is also like, again, like really simple. Really simple. So I wanted to actually read what Tomi said. I wanted to aim for a simple, noticeable design based off of what I remembered about logos for a digital art class a while ago. Jacket with words on it. My brain came to a conclusion of, would love to hear your say about this stuff. But yeah, no, luckily, like a lot of the bull elements are mainly from the face and the tail. Like you can tell just because of the pumps, also the pumped up kicks. I think this is really good. I do really like that you have bull horns on the headphones. I'll be real. I actually think that your less is more aesthetic is working really well. My biggest critique is I'd want to see more bull iconography. I'm not saying like throw bulls all over the place, but like even like on the back of the jacket, if it had like a little bull logo or something, or even something on the pants, there are tons of joggers that have like designs that like run down the pant leg. Like Mark Echoes do that. For those of you who remember Mark Echo, but yes. But I also do like that you have like a little design here with the shoelaces and stuff like that. Very good anime boy. Very good anime boy. But yeah, no, my biggest thing would just be like what you were leaning with the headphones. Would have loved to see a little bit more of that. Just a little bit more of that. Like I said, like even if it's like something along like running down like the leg of the pant, I think would have been neat. But again, just my personal preference. Does the color pattern of the clothes mirror a cow pattern? Oh yeah, no, it absolutely does. The black and white, very classic cow colors, which is also really smart. Yeah, Han Solo had a red and no one remembers that talent. Han Solo has a red stripe on his pants. But yeah, no, I like this. Very good stuff. All right, lay it on me. All right, this is Grarrl. I actually really like this. So this is an interesting one. I like this design, but this is also where I would warn this. Do not be too close to your inspirations, because I'll be real. Something that I think a lot of VTubers like to do is, and I get it, you want to like show like the things that you're interested in and your inspiration, stuff like that. That being said, I would be very cautious of just taking things from properties and just making them your outfit, because for those of you who do not know, I know this. The undershirt that he's wearing is straight up from Zoids. It's one of the reasons why like I kind of like, just because again, it's one, you don't want to fuck with copyright, and two, you also don't want anyone to be like, oh, you stole this from Zoids. I know why Grarrl did this. Grarrl likes Zoids. There's nothing wrong with that. However, when you're so like, when I look at this and I know instantly that's a Zoids uniform from specifically Chaotic Century, like then it's like, And I would also, let's see, my one critique is that the pants blend too much with the dinosaur legs. I also agree with that. The pants do match the color of the top, but they're really close in color to the dinosaur. They're really close to the dinosaur features. Yeah, or have it like as a toggle. Foamy, that's a good idea. Make this like almost like an alt, not your main design. It's one of the reasons why, like, I don't want to say I cringe at it, but I get concerned when I see people being like, oh, what type of VTuber are you? I'm a Saiyan from the Dragon Ball universe. Okay. You never want to have to, something that a copyright lawyer would call you out. It's not even that. I'll be real. If Grarrl were to blow up tomorrow and get like start getting 1,000 CCVs, I would be concerned. However, like I said, I saw this and instantly knew what it was. I would hate for someone to just be like, you're just ripping off of a character or you're ripping off of a franchise and stuff like that. Like, I would hate for anyone to be accused of that when literally I know that this is just that Grarrl has an interest in this. Yeah, reason why I may be inspired by Monster Hunter, but make sure I was far enough away to look unique. Oh yeah, like chat, like I've said this before, for this main design, my major inspiration was Ryder from the Fate series. And if you put us side by side, you would be like, oh, I absolutely can see elements that are reminiscent of Ryder. But you wouldn't be like, this is a blatant copy of Ryder. You see what I mean? You can see where the bones were. You can see where the inspiration came from. But it's still different enough that you're like, okay, he's not like just wearing, yeah, they're on your shoulders. Yeah, they are. You can't be like, oh, he's just stealing from them. Yeah. Similar skeleton, but the meat is different. Alexander the Great Rider, for those of us who are deep in the Fate sauce, also known as Iskander, King of Conquerors. I love Iskander, man. He's incredible. That being said, I do like the jacket. I do like the T-Rex pauldron. I actually really like the face design. I also like that, again, he kind of did the not stereotypical design element of most of the dinosaur feature is in the feet. Now, this is a good thing and a bad thing, mainly because, as obviously as you can see, most of the time when we're VTubing, you are seeing us from the waist up, not the waist down. Like, you can see like the little feathery thing behind me and you know that's a tail, but I still have a lot of key dinosaur features like where you can see them. I have my feathers coming out of my arms. I have the pauldrons on my shoulders. I have the Pachycephalosaurus / Dracorex / Stingy Moloch skull on my belt and stuff like that. There's still elements here that are visually notable. Like, your strongest dinosaur features with this design are not going to be seen for the majority of the time. The one thing that is dinosaur centric on your upper half is literally the T-Rex pauldron. I would try to find something to add a bit more so that, again, this is a fun design that's meant to be seen full body. Find some things to work around that can work upper body as well. But overall, I do like this design. There's just a few tweaks I would do to it to really amp it up and make it its own. All right, so this is Moai. So the thing I love about Moai took a real thing, the Eastern Island heads, and was just like, what if I just make it a VTuber? I thought it was the heads. Yeah, no, Moai is an Easter Island head. He's a Moai of knowledge. OMG, we know what they look like now. Now, yes, this is exactly what they look like. Don't look it up. But no, I like this. I'll be real. I like his main outfit a bit more than the fedora one. This is cool, but I really like this. Yeah, it gives Caelum from Blood. The reason why I like this outfit more than this one is mainly because you do lose the fact that this is meant to be one of the Easter Island heads. For lack of a term, the gimmick is almost lost with this design. Like, you clearly still get the idea, especially with all of like the iconography, the glyphs and everything, like the symbols and stuff, that this is like meant to be like a mystical agent of some sort. However, the gimmick does get lost in this design. It does not in the primary outfit. I think it's kind of intentional to hide it. I get that it's intentional. For me personally, I'm just not a big fan of it. I still think that this is a great design though. Like, I will also say this is also a great usage of the black suit gimmick, because again, there are things on this that make it not just a black fucking suit. He has the golden scarf that is on the overcoat. The trench coat has like little like highlights and stuff. It has the wing design in it. Designs on the shoes. Chat, design your shoes. Don't make them just black shoes. The red inner lining. A pattern on the shirt. And then he's got like these ribbons with glyphs wrapped around them. Like, he's taking the guy in a suit design and amplifying it. He's making it more than just a dude in a suit. So in that regard, this is a good design. I just prefer this one. But these are both really good designs. And again, also in regard to silhouette theory, I see the first one silhouette and I instantly know it's Mo. Like, you could black out this character completely. Like, just literally just do a black out silhouette of this. I know exactly who this is. So this also passes the freaking silhouette test in my eyes. I like this a lot. This is good. Oh, this freaking guy. Look at this guy with his freaking beeper. Get a load of this guy over here. This is also a good example of taking the man in a suit idea and making it your own. So one thing that I notice a lot of people do is, and I'm guilty of this as well back with my first human model, is why are y'all making all your suit pants slim fits? These are well-tailored pants. This is also why, like, I tell you, like, with your artists, have your artists actually look at people in suits. Give them a little bit of room there. So Junk also has like a lot of nice asymmetry in his, not just in regard to the design, but even like the placement of the model. Like, as you see, like, his feet aren't both setting straight forward. He's got a little bit of a lean with the back leg. He has like distinct shoes with like the little steel-toed tip on them, which I really, really like. The white, silver, and pink works really well. The other thing that I think is really cool about Junk's design, like, I'll say this, men! I look at all of you men. You see this man here? He knows how to accessorize. He is accessorizing, and the accessories amplify the design. He's got a beeper watch. He has a beeper dual disc. He's got a class ring. He's got multiple pins on the lapel of his jacket. He's got a swap out for the shirt. He's got the big glasses and stuff like that. Again, even the belt really pops because it's black on white. So it pops really well. It doesn't get lost. Do not be afraid to accessorize your designs. Add some shit. And it doesn't have to be big and gaudy. It could just be as simple as a specific type of watch, or a pin, or a distinct type of shoe, or a necklace. Accessorize your shinies. Help bring out the design. Exactly. Get yourselves a damn scarf. It's about the little details. They don't have to be insane. You don't need to have like crazy amounts of detail, but it's the little things that really amplify this. Also, Journey, I absolutely see what you mean about the Badman Vegeta era. I absolutely see that in this. Details help the character design tell the character's story. Exactly. Because Junk literally describes his character as a 1980s CEO, as a 1980s yuppie. Again, the class, the colors, the suit design, the shoes, the watch, the glasses, the class ring, the fit, the aesthetic. It says 1980s CEO yuppie. I get the vibe instantly. And that's why this design works. It's a good design. Yeah, very Miami Vice. All right, Gruncle Dan. So if I'm not mistaken, Gruncle Dan is just like a Viking warrior. Yeah, Viking Gruncle, yeah. So this is where I think Gruncle Dan, again, very much gives off the Viking motif, and I think that works really well. I personally think that the big thing that's holding this thing back is colors. All of this is blending in. These are all similar, like, levels of shades of different, like, in different hues. Like, the brown of the bear hood meshes in, like, there's too much dark. And again, like, the golds are popping, but the main outfit, it is getting lost in itself. I would either add more of the gold into the tunic, or I would lighten the tunic. Because this actually works better. Because this is a different shade of brown. This actually works a little bit better than this does. And maybe a different shade of brown for the bear. But like if you made this tunic a lighter blue and add some like woven highlights in there, maybe some splash of maybe. That's one thing, like maybe like the like keep the gold and maybe do like some like woven in design into the tunic. Just because like with these first two, you do get lost a bit. And also, again, like what separates Gruncle Dan from every other Viking? I think that like you should really think about that with your design. What makes Gruncle Dan stand out? Also, I will give him this. Bearded male VTuber! Let's go! Beards! Look, I get it. VTubing is still mainly an anime-centric, like, aesthetic genre. But damn it, I'm sick and tired of little thin chin strap, no mustache-looking twinks. Give me beards! Give me full beards with mustaches! I want it! I want it right now! The value of the blue and the brown of the bear are too close, I think. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying before. The values are too similar, so they get lost. I think the solution is either lighten the shade of the blue or lighten the shade of the bear, because all of this gets lost very, very easily. And like I said, give yourself something that makes you really stand out, and you're not just another Viking. Bearded anime men are great, and some of my favorite characters in some animes, or just old anime men type guys. I agree. Give me the beards. Yeah, lost in the sauce is a good word for it. Polar bear could be an option. Do I have to? It's Foamy. Do I gotta? Gives kitten eyes. All right, son of a bitch. All right, let's look at this creature. Okay, wait, Foamy, can you describe? Are you a demon cat? What are you? What the heck are you? I am a drow warlock whose soul got stuck in the body of a cat. You know what? That clears things up. Love the cane. Love the cape. There's like why the horns? Why not? They make them distinct. I find the pattern on the tail very interesting. I find the pattern that's on like the tail. I don't know if that's meant to be like a net that's on the tail or like some like scars. I'm not sure about that. Oh my God, you have beans. Little toe beans. Let's go. This is very simple. This is very simple, but there's still identifying factors that make me know again that this isn't just a cat. This is Foamy. Like I saw someone said that they weren't a big fan of the goatee. I do think it's really funny that you are a cat that has a distinctly colored out evil goatee. I like the cane. I do think that the cane stands out as the most like, yeah, no, I will say I am curious about like the random S, because I will say like the S makes me think like, oh, your name starts with an S. Yeah, that is weird that there's a very distinct letter and none of it is any of the first letters in any of the parts of your name. We stand cartoonishly evil. Oh, no, like he looks like he would be like a Disney villain. So it's actually a snake. It looks like an S. I would workshop that a bit. My reasoning for it is quite literally like I have a story for that. So when I was like applying for art school, I was like, my parents dropped like, we're going on a bunch of tours to a bunch of different colleges. Do you have a portfolio ready? And then I'm sitting here like, no. And they're like, you got like 30 minutes, make a portfolio because we're going to there's an open house like in 30 minutes. I'm like, so I was scrounging for art and stuff that I had. And I pull out this one life drawing that I did. I didn't finish it. It was basically done except for one thing. Didn't draw a mouth on the person. And I was like, oh shit. And my thought process was just like, I'll come up with some bullshit like artsy reason why she doesn't have a mouth. And so I go and the critiquer like looks at me and he's just like, why doesn't she have a mouth? And I gave like a reason. I'm like, oh no, I was like trying to like make like a statement piece and stuff like that. And like, that's why she doesn't have a mouth. And like literally the reviewer straight says, well, it looks like you forgot to give her a mouth. So in regard to the S, it looks like an S. I would workshop that a bit. Either make it more prominent or have other things or add other elements that have snake themes in it. Your cape, like you have like this nice like filigree along like the sides sides of the cape. You could easily take that filigree and implement snakes into that. Or if you don't want to do that, you could maybe like have like on the cape, like inside the lining or on the outer lining, like a pattern with snakes. If you like how this looks and you wouldn't want to change it, I would find other snake motif themes to throw into your design. Nothing too crazy, because I think one of the best things about your design is that it's simple. I think if you like how this looks, I would try to add snake motifs subtly in other areas, personally. You could make the cane end with a snake head, or you could maybe make one of the stripes like have a scaled pattern. Oh, okay, wait, I'm gonna open this in a new tab. Okay, yeah, no, I'll be real, Foamy. Did not see that. That is a case of this is too simple. Yeah, it's cute, but it's too simple. If I need to zoom in to see design elements, you have to ask if there's a purpose for that. Now that I see the snake head, yeah, now I see the snake head. But I think that it's still good. There's just a few things I would, there were just a few things I would fix. Oh, before I forget, because I had this one opened up already. Sobek, because I know you're here, grabs you by the scruff. Let's look at you. So this might just be a rendering thing. I do think that there needs to be a little bit of like highlights or something rendered into your hair. Not like literal colored highlights, but if you get your model design, make sure that they do something so that your hair doesn't get lost to the hoodie. Respectfully, it is a hot design. I agree. I do like the scales. I do like the teeth. I do like the crocodile tail. I actually really do like the pattern. So this was what I was talking about when it came to like Tomi's joggers. Like throw something there to throw in like a design theme. So like Sobek has like a croc head on like one of the pant legs. Like throw something there like that. But yeah, so like something like that. I do like the stitching there. I like that you have like a little bit of scales on the cheeks and the arms. As someone who does that, the scales on the face and the body. Yes. Loving the shoes. Black and gold is also just a really good combo. Again, I'm a little biased, but I think black and gold works really, really well. Oddly enough, Sobek, and I think everyone's agreeing, the strongest aspect of your design are literally your pants and shoes. I think that your pants and shoes are like are the best aspects of your design. I do like the ring on the tail. Part of me wants to say like throw on some bracelets or rings on your hands. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sobek, I look at this guy, I'm like, he would be wearing some gaudy, and again, I say this as someone who likes to wear gaudy ass rings. This looks like a design that would be wearing like some big rings or like bangles or something like that. I don't know why the forearm to hands feel bare, and I think that's a mistake. So I would just throw something on. I would throw either rings or bracelet or something, or heck, tattoos. There's nothing wrong with throwing on some tattoos. Did you see what the design was inspired by? Did you tell me who the design was inspired by in our Discord DMs? Was inspired by Grimjow from Bleach and Fury from Darkseid. Oh, you know, I see it. Ooh, Wasteland makes a really good point. You could make one of like the exposed side teeth like gold. You could do something like that. You got, there's some good things here. Ah, this guy, this dude, it's a dandy. Huge Mafia vibes, oh yeah. So again, the thing that I like is Dandy is just wearing quote unquote stereotypical suit, but he's not. With the main suit, you see he's got the vest suit combo, but he has gold hinge stripes. That makes it really stand out. His tie has a pattern to it. So I think that really helps it stand out. He's also, chat, can I be real with you? There are a lot of male VTubers that identify as demons, demon lords, incubi, and stuff like that. And they do some of the most over-the-top or edgelord shit I've ever seen. Like, here's the thing. Dandy's design works because he absolutely is the demon that tricks you into a deal. This screams deal-making devil. And it works. Like, you're getting a let's make an arrangement kind of thing. I'm getting Mephisto. I'm getting the Raphael vibe. Faustian bargains are us, as it were. The reason why I'm saying that is not to knock the edgelord demon designs. Like, I love me a good edge from time to time. I want to read your origin sometimes, and if I'm not getting a paper cut, what's the fucking point? However, this gives the vibes of a deal-making Faustian bargain demon. He gives off mob boss vibes. And I like with the older design, he's got like a really fluffy cape coat hanging over the suit. I also love coat capes, but that's just me. Yeah, the keep it simple simple adage where sometimes keeping it, so I see a lot of people that say, oh, keep it simple means have little to no identifiable features. No, keep it simple means keep it easy and distinct to know. I look at Starboy did not have an overly complicated design. However, identifiable features and details and color placement made it so that you know instantly that's Starboy. I see this and I know that's Dandy. Not too busy, which collides with each part of the design. Exactly. Also, the duality of it, right is more casual with the jacket open, wanting to be chummy with you and refer to you as a friend when you first meet, while looks less formal with the jacket cross. Yeah, no, exactly. Both of these outfits tell a story. All right, we got Swigglesnoot. Oh, well, first thing off the bat, my boy, you ain't got no legs. So first, they're sold separately? No! Anyway, so the thing about Swiggle is Swiggle does have some really identifiable features. The giant, oversized ears, the broken horn, even the facial design for him makes it very much like, oh, I know what kobold this is. This is Swiggle. This was the original concept art for Swiggle. I'll be real, I like it. It's so silly. It's so, like, he's stuck in a boot. If I'm not mistaken, the original plan was that Swiggle quite literally had coins lodged into his skull. That was apparently where the dent in the head with the coins was. Like, the concept looks like the silliest D&D character whose backstory will make you cry. Oh, yeah. Now, the thing is, so if I'm not mistaken, Swiggle had told me that the bit with the shoe was that he was looking for clothing. He put this thing on, not knowing that the shoe was cursed, and that once he put it on, he can't take it off. I'ma be real. I wish your model had the damn shoe. The shoe is such a good bit, and it absolutely feeds into the gremlin kobold bit. The shoe is the whimsy that I crave. Because right now, you're just a kobold with a broken horn. The shoe adds character. The shoe adds whimsy. Like I said, as a base skeleton for a kobold VTuber, this is great. 10 out of 10, no notes. But to make it Swiggle, it needs the shoe. Bring in the shoe. I mean, he could add the shoe at the bottom half as a replacement for, he could bring back, can we get hashtag bring back the shoe? I want hashtag bring back the shoe. That's what I want right now. Because I really do think it gives character. I think it gives you much needed character. All right, next, Caelum VT. Femboy in the house, femboy in the house. I actually really love this, for a lot of reasons. There's just enough asymmetry that I'm not having a crisis. I love the cloved feet. So at its core, this is a very symmetrical design. The top, the bodysuit is symmetrical. The shorts are symmetrical. The hands and the gloves, the horns, all that symmetrical. And even the feet in of themselves are symmetrical. It's when the accessories, that sprinkling of asymmetry that I personally like. So again, I really like the little chains that are along the belt. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in on this. I love the little hair charms. The little ram right here is really cute. Love the rendering on these horns, by the way, but I can't criticize the art. But again, I love like the two different chains and this strap. Love the thigh straps right here that are covering up the fur on the legs. Love the different stockings. This is really good. I love the clawed hands. I love this top. I love that it has like, and this is really subtle, and you wouldn't have been able to see it if I didn't zoom in on it. Even like this has like a nice subtle detail of like these straps right here. The color palette is also working really, really well. The 60-30-10 is doing really well here. It's really standing out here. It works well, and it's well distributed. Just really, really cute design. This also isn't just a flat color. It is a gradient with a pattern. So that again, like the easy way out for this would have just been, just make this a flat light blue. Who's gonna care? But the subtle pattern really elevates it. Because even if there's even like a subtle patterning and stitching in this too. My point stands. Caelum has a really good design. There's good design philosophy here. Actually, I also want to comment, I like that the majority of the hair is this white gradienting into blue, but then the under layer is like this brownish red. It really frames the face well, and also again just adds a little extra oomph Okay, so here's the thing about Hora's design, and I think it really works to his advantage. One, because of the proportions, Hora definitely gives off Hora is a dwarf. The big issue that I have with a lot of quote-unquote dwarf VTubers is that the proportions never make them look like, oh, it's a dwarf. It really does just give off like, oh, it's just a short dude with a beard. The proportions really help. However, I think the thing that makes Hora really stand out, and this is where I do have to talk about the art for a little bit. Hora has a very distinct aesthetic. Hora's design would not work in the stereotypical anime VTuber aesthetic. This, however, works really well. The blocky shapes of the beard, the proportions, the rendering style of the face. Something else that I just noticed that I love is you actually notice the beard sweeps and follows the shoulder. The beard literally frames the body type. That's a good design choice. Very Samurai Jack, I agree. But again, the thing is, Hora looks like a dwarf. If you think of fantasy dwarf, yeah, no, it's Hora. The thing that makes Hora, though, not just a dwarf, but Hora is the design aesthetic. He's so square, like he's very square and blocky, and everything fits into each other so well. Again, I love the tiny detail that the beard literally follows down the shoulder and leads to the delts. Like, it's really good. And again, good color separation and color theory. He has different shades of brown. He has a dark, almost charcoal brown here. He's got like this patterned fur sash. He's got a light khaki, like rustic khaki apron, and then a reddish brown, light brown shirt. Then the white beard pops. Very good design, a very distinct design. If you're looking for someone who is standing out as a VTuber, it is Hora. From a design aspect, it's absolutely Hora. I've heard people say dwarf style is Art Deco style. This design embraces it. I agree 1,000%. All right, next. I know this guy. It's Burns. I actually really like Burns because the thing is, Burns' overall outfit, I've seen tons of VTubers with similar outfits to this. It's tech wear adjacent. It's got like the harem pants-esque joggers with the socks and the sneakers. I love this little feature. I love the strap harness because of the color placement and the color separation. It looks like a rib cage. I love the little markings on the eyes. I love the mask, and I love that it can like basically turn into legally distinct Kamen Rider. I really like this because the thing is with the mask collection, I see multiple tokusatsu vibes. I see Kamen Rider, I see Ultraman, I see a couple of different Super Sentais. So again, this is what is different for me from like, again, like not to hark on, but going back to Grarl's, where Grarl's bodysuit was just the bodysuit from Zoids. This is like, oh, I see where the inspiration here came from. Yeah, Genji from Overwatch I see is also here. I also love the neon green with the navy blues and blacks. Really fun. Very good stuff. Love that also like the sash that you gave him. The other thing that I also appreciate is that like you kept things relatively simple with the single exception being the mask. The mask is the most detailed heavy aspect of the design, but because it is the thing that draws you in immediately. This is again a case of keep it simple in the right direction, chat. Like the overall outfit is good, but the outfit in and of itself is simplified so that you can focus on the big thing, which is the mask. It's an eye magnet. It instantly gets your attention, and they're like, oh, look at that mask. And at first, like, okay, it's a face mask. Then you start seeing all the different details. You see like the molded in teeth, like the air thingy. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how masks work. Anyway, the point is good soup. All right. Hi, I'm Sunderstorm. I appreciate any feedback you could give. Fourth image is my Halloween costume. Okay. The texturing on this is really, really interesting because literally it just looks like a photoshopped real jacket onto the Vroid, and I think that's really funny. That being said, I am absolutely getting the humanized Tails vibe from it. It's a little simple, but the thing is, like, real quick, do you have like any details on like Silly Fox gamer. Okay, I'll be real, with the exception, like, your most defining feature isn't even your outfit, it's the tails. And unfortunately, as we just saw with chat, people's instant thought was, oh, it's like a humanized version of Tails. I don't know if you mind that. I know a lot of people hate being compared to other characters, so maybe work around like possibly doing a few changes so that people don't instantly are just like, oh, you're Tails from Sonic. In regard to your icon, it also feels a little too simple. Like, I'm going to assume that you designed it, and again, it sounds like this is your you did all this designing on your own, which kudos to you, kudos. I would do something with the logo, because the logo is feeling a little too MS Paint, if that makes sense. This feels like it's a good start to a logo, but I would keep drafting this a little bit, because right now it's looking a little too MS Paint. I would also change the color of this cloud. If you're sticking with this blue, I would change the color of this cloud, because it is meshing in. Not gonna lie, first thought Jean from Ruby, when I saw him, that's also a possibility. This is also the downside of sticking with very stereotypical anime haircuts, because I'll be real, almost every anime protagonist has this haircut. I would consider trying different hairstyles. Add some spikes, maybe give yourself a mullet, I don't know. But like, definitely mess with different hairstyles, because very much here's how I could describe it for you right now, Sunderstorm. If I made your hair black, your tails black, you would look like literally every isekai anime protagonist. Like, I would change it up a little bit. Like, again, change the hairstyle, work on the logo a little bit more, give the fox a wolf cut. Wait, I'm looking this up real quick. Let's look up wolf cut haircut. Not a terrible idea. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. It almost feels like it's mullet adjacent. I'm not gonna lie, the wolf cut feels like it's almost mullet adjacent, but it's not a mullet. Yeah, but I would say maybe try changing out your hairstyle, work on your logo a little bit more, and just do stuff to make yourself stand out a bit more. Because there's nothing here that really strikes me as just like, oh wow, this is a really distinct design. Also, look up other jackets, because this is a very stereotypical like leather biker jacket. Like, mess around with different jackets. Look up different fashion. Chat, I say this a million times. For men, if you want to see some wacky but cool bits of fashion for men, I got two things for you to look up. Look up men's high fashion and look up the men's attire at the Met Galas. They get silly. Do not limit yourself to just clothing you could find at a Walmart. You got options. And then they said this was their Halloween outfit. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, fam. This is more interesting than your main outfit. So I would say definitely work on your main outfit a bit more. Because again, the way I say it is this. Look at it this way. You are a VTuber. You are a fictional character. Why limit yourself to reality with your design and your fashion? Go nuts! Get nutty with it! All right, Fuzzy's just giving a comment, but they did not. I've been thinking about doing VTubing, but don't have a model because of that specific claim. Most of the tutorials and free resources are aimed towards femme designs, it seems. Okay, I will actually answer this. Why is it aimed towards femme designs? Because in the world of entertainment, VTubing is the only branch of the entertainment industry outside of like sex work that is female dominated. And even then, the sex work one, I add the asterisk. There's still a lot of things that go on where it's like male dominated, like behind the camera. But in like the wider branches and the wider reach of the entertainment industry, like VTubing is like the one that is like woman dominated. So because of that, a lot of the tutorials are led and favor women. But that being said, a lot of the like tutorials and stuff that you see in regard to like lady VTuber models, they can still apply to men. You just have to like be careful with it. Next, XanderShroom. Hello, I am a Forest Gregory. Your name is now Gregory. My design is still being solidified as I am a PNG tuber, but I'm still working on a proper ref and model art. All right, let's take a peek. All right, like right off the bat, the most distinct thing about you are your like the little feelers on your head, and I like them. Nice use of accessories and a unique hairstyle. Very nice. I would mess with the outfit a little bit more. Like, again, like this is all just mush. I'll be real. Like if you told me you were just wearing like a onesie, I would have believed you. But I can still, but looking at it, I see that there are boots and pants like that. I would do a little bit to mess with the color separation here. If you're gonna go for just, I am wearing rags, mess with the colors. Maybe keep this brown, make this like gray. Now, I talked earlier about how tattoos can be a great reference. I talked about how tattoos are a great like thing that you could add that can really make your model stand out. That being said, this is way too much. I can tell that it's a bunch of eyes, but the moment I squint, it just looks like scribbles. I would absolutely reevaluate the tattoos. Not saying get rid of them, but I'm saying you need like 30% less, because this is just visual noise. It's way too busy, especially when in contrast with everything else. Like, keep the eye motif, but definitely work on that. All right, next we got ChemKill. Would love to see improvement on my slimy individual. Okay, if your whole thing is that you're radioactive slime, like, lean into it. This is not a case of less is more. This isn't a case of keeping it simple, stupid. I'll be real. This is just, I need you to push it. Get some tech wear in here. I want to see some like radiation, more radiation stuff than just a radiation. Lean into that. Get some radiation burns. Again, expand your fashion horizons. If your whole thing is that you are a radioactive slime boy, give me more than right now you just look like the Jolly Green Giant on laundry day. Like, give me some more. I need more than just a radioactive symbol on your shirt. Make the hair a bit more goopy. Like I said, look into tech wear. Tech wear really leans into like the sci-fi aesthetic, like the sci-fi radioactive aesthetic. Definitely look into that. Yeah, like I was getting more Beast Boy. I don't know why I went with Jolly Green Giant. Leave me alone. Like, if you're radioactive, like glowing would be good. But yeah, no, this is too simple. This isn't giving me, oh, I wanted a simple aesthetic. This is giving me you didn't know what you wanted to dress yourself as. I want you to push it. Yeah, if you're a slime, you could lose the mouth per chance. Because here's the thing. I think you are also suffering from the you want to be a pretty boy, which you can still do. Genuine question. I feel like a lot of people try to design their IRL selves as cartoons. Would it be better advice to lean away from that because of the freedom of cartoon design elements? So I literally say this as someone who literally, my first ever, let me see if I can find it. My first ever design was quite literally based off of clothing that I had, but I still added extra stuff to it. I found it! There it is! This was OG Redclaw. That jacket, that shirt, those shoes, that bracelet, I owned these. But the issue was, I was going for anime himbo because I was making a similar mistake that a lot of male VTubers fell into, which was thinking, oh, I need to be an anime e-boy if it meant that I would be successful. And I realized I fucking hated it. But to your original question, I still did heavily base this off of myself. Like I said, like the jacket minus like the feathers, I own this jacket. I own this V-neck t-shirt. I own these boots. I have tons of black jeans like this. I own these things. However, I still tried to add some level of creativity to it. I added the feather collar. I added the tooth necklace. I added the belt. I added like some of the dino parts to it and stuff like that. I did my best to do it. But even then, I would say that this is still a vastly inferior design. OG looks like if you were younger before you bulked up. A lot of people have said this looks like if I went back in time and was like a kid, like a teenager again. And that was the other thing. Like, I was like, I'm a grown-ass man. Why am I trying to make myself look like a 20-something-year-old, like, e-boy? But to your point, I do think that's a big issue that a lot of people have, where they do make their VTuber models basically look like them. However, I think that can work fine as a starting point, because this was a starting point. This model never saw the light of day. This was a good starting point. However, you have to expand beyond that, because if you're limiting yourself to reality, it's going to show. Again, ChemKill, you're supposed to be a radioactive slime VTuber. You just look like a green guy. You need to up the ante. You need to add some passion to it. So to the question of, like, should people deviate? I think it's fine with starting with making it look like them, but then going out from that. Reminder, chat, I own this outfit. This is an outfit that I own IRL. I have the suit, I have the pants, I have the shirt, I got the bracelet, everything. You can take IRL inspiration, but do so in a way that still amplifies your character. You have a snakeskin shirt? Well, it's not real snakeskin, but it has a pattern to it, yes. But I'm saying, like if you're pulling from reality, pull from reality that matches who your character is. My point is, ChemKill, I need you to put your whole foot in it. I want to see maximum effort, because you ain't giving it to me. And I think there's a lot of room for maximum effort here. All right, here we go. So this is Hangman, who is a slasher. You're a reformed slasher and made a group called the Slashers. Well, that's concerning. Oddly enough, this is the best look, and it's only because of the blood. It's a cool concept, but it's very plain. Now, granted, you are supposed to be like being a reformed slasher villain, so that makes sense. If he's a reformed slasher, I'm thinking of axe or machete before reforming. True. I think the big thing is you're gonna have to like include. It's weird that like something like blood is what's giving me the idea that you're a reformed slasher, because this doesn't scream reformed slasher. Yeah, maybe like a weapon, like a typical like slasher villain weapon, like again like a machete, a knife, something. Again, I know that you're supposed to be a reformed slasher, but you need something. Maybe like the teddy bear has a knife. Yeah, something like that. Like maybe like a better, like it sounds weird, but like almost like maybe like helping like maybe like holding like a self-help book about like fighting violent tendencies. You need something. Yeah, maybe like a mask they used to wear, or like their old slasher weapon, old scars or something. Maybe again like add some blood to this shirt, like sweater. Like yes, you're reformed, but it's your favorite sweater, so you don't want to get rid of it. Like just something to show that you're not just some weird dude in a hoodie. You need some accents to push the slasher aspect. Yeah, like a stained shirt with like blood splattering on it. Like I think you can really up this. I'm thinking coated in bleach spots where blood used to be. That's a good idea. Like bleach stains, that could work. Maybe throw a skull with blood splashed on the hoodie or something. Like they need something. They need something, because again, like none of this screams I'm a slasher. I'm a reformed slasher. It's just I'm a weird looking dude in a green hoodie. So yeah, no, I would say work on like just again give yourself some elements to show that you are a former reformed slasher. It's got to show some age. Yeah, I see this. I'm not looking reformed. I see a new. Yeah. Especially with this. This is giving new slasher, not old slasher. You need to show some age that you did this for a bit, but it's been a while since you did it. I agree with Rayzilla. Mooose King, medieval fantasy VTuber. Ooh, very interesting. Beard, full beard. Let's go. I am all for this. Let's go. So I've seen quite a few King VTubers. Hell, I am one. But like more like classic like European King VTubers. I'll be real. I like this one a lot because it's not just like a very stereotypical king. I like that instead of like the kingly robes, it's a coat. I'll be real. I'm struggling to see what this logo is meant to be, but I do like what the logo is. I like the armor bits here, the asymmetrical armor bits. I do like the fur coat and stuff like that. I like the crown too. Oh, it's an upside down moose skull? Oh my god, you're right. Okay, that's actually pretty fucking neat. I'm getting Genshin vibes, but not so twink. I'll be real, if he bulked up the neck a little bit, I think it would undo the Genshin twinkage. In regard to other moose motifs though, a simple solution is up the antlers on the crown, or add some more like moose motifs to the crown. Because again, the biggest moose motifs are the crown and the logo on the back. If you're not making a 3D VTuber, a lot of the ones that you are seeing on the back, well, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna see it. The design for Mooose King crown is definitely more prince size than king in my opinion. The size I actually do agree with you. I was going to say if they up the size of the crown and maybe make the antlers of the crown much more regal, as it were. Wait, I can do better than that. Regal, as it were. I think it could really help out the design, because overall, I love this. I think this is a good design. Just needs a few touches. Little pinch here and there. No, the thing is, Cardell, I like the crown. I would honestly keep the crown design the same. Just make it a bit bigger to give off the king vibe, and maybe like exaggerate the antlers a bit more. But that's it. The base design though, I think is good. I think the base design good. All right, let's look at Hip, the hazmat VTuber. I've been working on making the hazmat suit poofier, but here's my last character sheet. Okay, my biggest recommendation to you then is you need to add some more like phrasing or iconography that shows that this is a hazmat suit, because I'ma be real, I didn't realize this was a hazmat suit. This looks like a Kigurumi. Also, is that Mudang? But yeah, no, I would say you need some more iconography to show that it's a hazmat suit, because it doesn't look like one. Hippo hazmat suit, give it a hazmat. Actually, that would work really well. Giving like the hippo a little hazmat suit as well. But yeah, no, I'd say the biggest thing is you need like a gas mask, like a rebreather system. But the big thing is like either change the color or add some like iconography to this to really make it like get through that this is a hazmat suit, because it does not look like one. It looks like a kigurumi. It looks like pajamas. I would say that would be my biggest advice for you. Everything else I'm fine with. Also, I'm stealing your hippo. You cannot stop me. I'm stealing the hippo. I'm keeping the hippo. They are mine now. Yeah, but if they want to keep it that their face is showing, they can like hang the mask off of a belt. They have options. Yeah, look up actual hazmat suits and like, let me see real quick, just for funsies. So the thing that I'm seeing is hazmat suits don't have a lot of iconography, but they do have very important shapes to them. But again, I would add some like iconography. I would add like some hazmat iconography, a mask of some sort, gloves. Well, you have gloves. Also, I think the color is not a good color for this. From what I'm looking at, hazmat suits are usually either white, yellow, gray, orange, brightish green, silver. I think the other issue that you're dealing with here is the color. Like, the color needs to be different. Yeah, I think like that's what you really need. Since it's a fiction too, adding some iconography could be fun lore world building in addition to communicating hazmat. Also true. Do you work for a company? Design that company's logo. Get that logo stamped onto the hazmat suit. That's a great idea, Jess. Something to think about. Anyway, let's look at this Galaxy Dragon. Thalia, Galaxy Dragon. Not male, but worked with an artist to create a male version of my VTuber. Aside from the color palette, he's not like my female form. Pretty boring overall, but I recommend idea boarding and working with artists on. Yes! Chat, did you know that Pinterest now has a button where you could hide all the AI shit? So now you could actually vision board on Pinterest again without being flooded with AI shit. Chat, give us vision boards. Vision boards are so helpful when coming up with design ideas. Make a vision board. You can refer to them when you're trying to come up with ideas. A vision board? So Common Writer, a vision board is basically a collection of different like ideas and visuals you have for like a goal or something. Like some people, like their vision boards are like, oh, this is my vision for like the next year, like my goals and stuff like that. However, in regard to designs and designing a character, a vision board can be great because you can pull from different references and different inspiration ideas, and you can compile them all into one spot so that you can refer to them while you are designing. That way you're not constantly Googling, oh, what did so-and-so's cape look like? I liked how that looked. I want to say, instead, you just have a board that has all of it saved in one spot that you can go through while you're working on the design process. But yeah, kind of like a mood board when writing. Exactly, kind of like a visual mood board. Yeah, I had a vision board for this design. Like, it's really cool. It's really helpful, especially like if you're not really good on the character design aspect and you want to hire someone for a character design. Literally, if you hand a character designer a vision board, they will get the assignment. They can be so helpful. I've had so many over the years. They are very good. Like 10 out of 10, definitely recommend vision boards. So Thalia, you're correct. Now let's look at your character. Love the lotus belt. It's hidden because of like the pose, but I love the lotus belt. I love that the hair, it goes into this long ass ponytail that has that ends in like a gradient into a nebula. Really fun. The biggest thing that I would say is like you could maybe like add some like other like astrology elements, maybe like constellations on like the collar and stuff like that. Yeah, like constellation earrings. They would be so neat. Yeah, no, maybe that, or like maybe like some decorative jewelry on the horns. But yeah, no, honestly, this is just give the boy some accessories. Look at how wide and stoic this chest is. There's room for like a necklace there. Again, get some rings, some earrings, some like decorations on the horns. You got options there. How about a necklace that has a spiral galaxy medallion? That could be an option. All right, let's see. This is DeathMuffin. All outfits just for extra drip. Let's see. Prince of Chaos. This might just be because of the rendering here, but I feel like the metal is very dull. The jewelry here is good, but I want to see a little bit of shine on it. Just a little bit. Kind of an edgy demon lord. They just said Lord of Chaos, not a demon. So yeah, like I said, if you have like all of these accoutrements to showcase status, I would expect these to be shined. The soft collar is really fitting. Oh yeah, the soft collar is really nice there too. This is starting to get a little muddy. However, it's not bad. I would say, yeah, no, I would say my biggest thing is like I would brighten up the contrast on the metal bits. Like everything is so muted. And yeah, and to your point, Emberishi, because everything is so muted and toned down, like I can see it. There's tons of like little cool details on like this upper jacket and stuff, but it's all getting lost. But yeah, no, I would just say like I would mess with these levels a little bit because again, you have such neat details and seams and stuff built into this, and it's just getting lost in the darkness. It's just getting lost amongst itself. I want some things to like help it pop right now. More gold accents could be used to break it up, Brandon. I think you're right there. Actually, for funsies, let's look at the alt outfit. The alt outfit is better. The different varieties of colors and also placement of things is making things separate. Even making this a crop top helps with the pants and everything. This is actually better. He still needs some jewelry polish, but this is much better. I would actually say, real talk, take your color theory philosophy for this outfit and put it on this one. And I think you'll find that the results will be at your benefit, not your detriment, because this works better. It's still very muted colors, but you have a lot better, you have more highlights, more color separation, and the levels are different just enough that it's not getting muddy. So yeah, I think that is your best bet, DeathMuffin. Oblivion! Always happy to show off this artist's work, but also excited to hear about my design. I wish you had art of the full Kamen Rider Tokusatsu suit, so I'm not just looking at the back, because I am very curious about how the rest of this looks. So I'm not going to really give comment on this since it's very much obscured. I will look at this main outfit, and yeah, no, you are absolutely giving Tokusatsu protagonist. I am ready to hear you give me a monologue about being a hero and what truth and justice truly means. But again, I like this. I love the coat. I love that the coat is a duster, but the shirt is oversized, so it's coming out under it as if it's its own coat. Yeah, why do I hear you say run, OST? Why do I hear you say run? Like that. Again, beard, full beard with mustache. We stand this. Good shit. Honestly, I don't really have a lot of complaints about this design. This is, again, one of those designs, like, you came in with a purpose, and I see the purpose. I would say my almost biggest gripe is, like, and maybe it's because I don't see the belt because your hand's obscuring it. I want to see something that really makes this you. The beard already makes you stand out because, again, not many male VTubers with full-on fucking beards. I'm fighting for this to be a norm, chat. But I want something that really makes it that this is you. I do like the glasses. The glasses are a nice touch as well. I don't know what this thing is he's holding. He's holding it like a gun, but from my perspective, it just looks like some, like, face clippers. But yeah, no. Overall, pretty dang good. Just really, and again, it's also why I want to see a full version of this. Because I feel like this is what's going to make this design you. All right, let's see. This is from Silos. I have a slight idea of what you might say, but why not? All right, so Silos, if I'm not mistaken, you're like a shark, right? You're like a shark dragon. My biggest thing is, my dude, your character looks so unique. Why are you just wearing basic bitch clothing? I'm gonna give you the same, like, critique that I gave ChemKill. Push it to the limit. And I'm not saying go maximalist, but like, unfortunately, like, there isn't, like, again, like, you have a shark tail, okay? Yeah, like, yeah, no, Sky, this is basically like the Leon Kennedy fit. This is basically just like you're like, it's literally a furry cosplaying Leon Kennedy. Like, again, give me some identifiable symbols, markings, accessories, colors. Like, this is just too simple. Again, you literally were leaning into, I am a lion, cat, shark, furry character, and you went with just, again, an outfit that I could go buy at Burlington. Like, have some fun with it. Have fun. I think you can do better than this, and I think you would agree with me on it. And again, if it's that you want to have a coat, then stylize the coat. Don't just make it a random brown leather jacket. All right, this is Sea Slug Studios. I present Fish, my sea slug, and moth, an axolotl hybrid. Okay, so sea slug, you're an affront to God. Got it. A guy with a bit of a flirt and a lot of sass who's ready to play Minecraft on stream. I will say this is very, very unique. So oddly enough, I see the axolotl, I see the sea slug. I do not see moth. I see the little feelers right here, but it's not really giving moth. I would say either drop the moth or like, again, add some stuff to it. The suspenders kind of lost me. I don't think I like the suspenders. I don't think the suspenders are needed. Too many mixes. This is where where it's like, okay, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. You're mixing up too many things in your broth and it's getting a little spoiled. I will say this, because I agree with Kaibone. I do love the hair. Yeah, I would say if you want to add like moths and stuff, add it to the clothing. Maybe have like moth patterns in the clothes or like on the pants or stuff like that. Some moth wings. Oddly enough, I'm actually against the wings because I think just adding elements of moth to like the fashion can really help out. Yeah, I like the sea slug axolotl sea creature combo. I don't think you need the moth. I would go with the sea slug axolotl hybrid, but then make like the moth stuff like an interest. Like just that you like moths. Yeah, moth inspired clothing I think is a better idea. And heck, even with this outfit, I like this outfit. I would just get rid of the suspenders. I don't think you need the suspenders. I think they're too much. They're not doing anything for the design. So I would say ditch the suspenders, keep the sweater and the button down and like the polo under it. Maybe add some moth motifs to like the clothing and stuff like that. But other than that, like that's really all I would say. What about a sea creature really interested in land creatures? No, that's what I mean. A sea creature that's really into land creatures. Yeah, swap the suspenders for like moths on the shirt or something. But I don't think the suspenders are doing you any favors. Where to start? This is my current model with my upcoming Mark II model on the right. I designed the original one and 3 others as part of a set of fan contests for Ruby that ended up going nowhere, but I loved the design, so I went with one for my avatar. Okay. I absolutely believe that this was for Ruby. This is a Ruby character, without question. I am glad that you went with the 2.0. Because I'll be real with you, Sirius. This does scream, this is my Ruby OC. This is giving me like cyberpunk Ronin, especially when you throw in the bike. I really like this version. And again, there's a lot of elements from the 1.0 that stuck around. Your giant freaking spear mace. What's it called? Obviously like the coloration and stuff. However, I like that you added more shades of green. They really help with separating and stuff like that. Like, it's really good. I like the hairstyle, very, again, Ronin, samurai. Love the, like the slight asymmetry with the shoulder pauldron there and like the one sleeve wrapped up there. Love the boots. I really like the weapon. I'll be real, the 2.0 was a good glow up. You made a lot of good creative choices with the 2.0. Yeah, I also love the added damage, the scars on the chest and face and stuff like that. Like, this looks very weathered. This is a character that has seen shit. Yeah, reinforced from 1. Yeah, no, like, again, I'm seeing a lot of different elements that like you brought back into 2.0 and it still works really well. And heck, it even still has a bit of a Ruby vibe, but not so. Okay, so let me put it this way, and we were using, and remember, Chad, we talked about this before with like not wearing your inspirations too close to your chest. This looks like a Ruby OC. This looks like a design that was inspired by Ruby. Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? Version 1 looks like a child with a lot of hope for the future. 2.0 looks like it fights for hope in the future, if it makes sense. Yes. 100% makes sense? Okay, good. I'm glad that y'all are getting what I'm throwing down here. But yeah, no, this is good. I'm gonna shake any male VTuber now that tells me that designing a male VTuber is hard. We've seen so many interesting designs. All right, while not a VTuber, as someone who appears frequently on my streams, I'd like to submit my husband, Stormageddon. Oh, I can already see how this would work as a model. The rigging would be an actual hellscape, but damn, would it look cool. Like, oh, this would be absolute hell to make into so many clipping masks, but it would look pretty damn cool. So the funny thing is, this is giving me like celebrity celestial titan that decided to retire and buy a farm. Like, I'm getting the vibe that if I spoke to this guy, he would just like sit here and be like, I've watched civilizations rise and fall. I was there for the dawn of all of creation. I have seen worlds clash and moons formed. Welcome to my hobby farm. Welcome to my hobby farm. I raise emus. Like, literally. Like, it's fun. But no, I can see this being like, I am having like a vision of like how I would draw this, like for a VTuber model, and it is really, really funny. So oddly enough, this is again where the simplicity works because the body is literally a celestial body. But Nova Kid from Starbound, true. I think that like, so like this is oddly enough, I wouldn't change much to it because this is a case where again, the simplicity works because of just, again, I don't know what the lore for Stormageddon 42's like design is. I don't know what the lore is, but the implication of this, again, celestial being in freaking farming fatigues is really funny. So I kind of love it. So I, oddly enough, wouldn't change much, especially because the fatigues don't clash with the body. The body is still the focal point. Yeah, just give this man some cargos and like some cowboy boots and you're golden. Yeah, like literally, he's a titan who retired to run a hobby farm. That's like what I like. I just love it. When the star in Stardew Valley is literal. Also true. He summoned storms to water his crops. I hope Serpent is watching this and telling her husband all of this. Give this man a Ford F-150. Give this man a Chariot 150. Oh god, that's really funny. I cast fertile crops. This reminds me of a Marvel superhero squad where Thanos had an obsession with owning a chicken farm. Same energy. All right, next we have Takakami, the devilfish. This is a work in progress, but got most of the design done. Okay, right off the bat, my favorite thing about this is the red highlights at the end of the chaps. I would love to see what's under the poncho, because right now, the poncho is doing nothing for me. There's no interesting pattern, and ponchos did have really interesting patterns. I would put a pattern on this, or showcase what it looks like under the poncho, because I'll be real. So I see like straps are leading into the arms there. It looks like there's a mechanical arm leading into this. So oddly enough, the elements that are under the poncho that I do see have me curious as to what's under the poncho. Yeah, like a poncho toggle, similar to like how I have like a cape toggle. Yeah, like I'm much more interested in what's under the poncho, which if this is your main look and I have no interest in the main thing I'm going to look at, yeah, like an Eastwood over the shoulder fold could also work, because again, here's the other reason why this wouldn't work for a VTuber model if this is the only look. Reminder chat, we're not going to see the really cool looking pants most of the time. We are going to see from the waist up. And when you're telling me that the majority of what I am seeing is just dirty brown poncho, the design immediately loses interest. Again, like face-wise, it looked fine. The face looks fine and everything, but there's nothing really interesting going on here. Why poncho? A lot of cowboy films like had like cowboys with like ponchos and stuff like that. Think like Dirty Harry, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Ponchos are a thing, but a lot of those ponchos have patterns to them. So yeah, no, that would be my biggest recommendation for this. Add some patterns. If you want to make the poncho the main thing, add a pattern to the poncho. If not, ditch the poncho for like an over-the-shoulder cape kind of thing. Nello, the Bonehead. It was honestly a lot of fun getting this design and its final stages, but still a lot of fun ideas to do with it. Inspired heavily by Bloodborne. Artists for these are Swindy Beats and Schwanity San. I absolutely see where the Bloodborne is coming in, and I love it. Oh, I love it. So correct me if I'm wrong, Nello, you do mostly just all of your stuff as like the floating head right now, right? This is really neat. Yep, just a head right now. Because I was gonna say, the funny thing is, even as just the head, I actually really like it as just the head. Full body is the final goal. Well, I mean, this is a damn good goal to work towards. So one of the things that you did really well with this design is, again, color separation. It could have been so easy for you to make this armor like a dark, almost black armor on top of like all of this and really get the Raven vibe, but however, you didn't. You went with a like like a dirty steel gray, and then you went like with the different purples. You have different shades of purple. You went with the darker grays and blacks on the coat itself and the hat. I love the gradient that you had on the eyes. Really, really fun. Your weapon, again, it's a scythe, but it's a unique one. This is like a notable, unique weapon. It's not just like a random weapon like I would find on Google. I would see this and be like, oh, that's Nello's scythe. Even the head design and the color choices, really good. I am curious to see how you're getting this model done, whether it be 3D or 2D. If it's in 2D, very curious how that's going to be done. If it's in 3D, so many textures. But this is gonna look really neat. I like this a lot. And again, I see where your inspirations are from, but I know that you made it your own. And I think you should take pride in that. All right, right off the bat, I do have a comment about this outfit, but Bix, let's get into it. The party has arrived a little late, hopefully not too late. This is Bix. First off, as a fellow raver, hell yeah, man, plur it up. That being said, if you need to censor a whole section of your outfit, you gotta take it back to the drawing board. I'm sorry. What if the censor is part of the design and that's the joke? The issue is, I know it's not. It would have been funny if it was. All right, but that being said, love the hairstyle. I want to see more guys rocking the fun buns for the hairstyle. Love the glasses, love the little cherry on there. Love the chain necklace, the chain decorations on the harness and on the neck and all of that. I also love the top. It's giving Queen Bee kind of vibes. Actually, this whole vibe up here is really giving me like bee vibes. So I actually really like that. It's giving honeybee. But yeah, no, if you had to censor all this, buddy, you might need to take this back to the drawing board. Just a little bit of tweaking. Upper half, thumbs up, man. Lower half, I'm not one to say this as someone who hates pants, but put some pants on, dude. All right, this is Krillix, early cyberpunk rabbit. Okay, so we got, oh, I actually really like this jumpsuit. Also, yeah, Journey, giving very much Kingdom Hearts. So oddly enough, you wanna know the thing that's throwing me off? The buckshot's what's throwing me off. Hear me out. You have this cyberpunk themed character, has a robot arm, fucking Heelys, but your gun's a buckshot? And on top of that, a buckshot that looks like it has wood grain? I don't know. It feels out of place. Counterpoint, a buckshot for an arm. If you have a gun in your hand and you are cyberpunk, make the gun. That's what I mean. Like, I would say, like, I'm not even against it being a buckshot so much as I am like, it's weird. It's weird because, again, you have Heelys, a robot arm, but then like a buckshot with a wood grain handle. It feels almost like slapped on. I would, honestly, like I said, I would just make the gun itself look a bit more cyberpunky. Keep it still being a buckshot, still have a buckshot, but like, I don't know. It feels slapped on, personally. Yeah, there's a lot of conflicting design principles here. Yeah, because like I'm getting some cyberpunk, but I'm also getting like ninja era monk. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, cyber guy has a flintlock kind of thing. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel cyber like, and I do think it's because of like, one is the earthy colors on the arm, but again, the buckshot, the yin and yang aesthetic. Yeah, it's less cyberpunk and more cyber monk. And again, the Heelys. Can I have the wrist be like the gun and the hand flip open and reveal barrel? I mean, yeah, you could. There's a lot going on here. This is very much giving anime protagonists, but not affectionately. Because there's aspects of it that I really like, but I feel like all of them mixed together aren't meshing well. I need a bit of feng shui vibes, yeah. All right, next is Azure Aetherium. I aim for a simple design for my homunculus mage. Since this is my first model, I didn't want to overcomplicate it too much. I would love to hear what you have to say and what could be improved on for a future model. Okay. First of all, you're adorable. Loving it. Love the adorability. You do have like a couple things that are definitely making you unique, because to your point, you did go really dang simple. However, you do have some design elements that help out a lot. I love the crown crown pattern that you have on the sleeves. I think that helps out a lot. I'll be real, I'm usually one that is against the I have a special anime eye. In your case, I think that was the right call because your design is so simple. I actually really love the crown pattern sleeve here. Not bad. No, the crown pattern sleeve is my favorite part. I would say for a first model, I'd say this is pretty dang good. I would call him I agree. Part of me almost wants to see like this design with like a big ass wizard hat, like way out of proportion. Give me a big old wizard hat that is basically the size of your torso. Like, I definitely feel like you're missing something on your head. Because I even like your staff. I like the crook. I like the crook hat. The crook staff. I like the belt too. Good color balance here. Nothing is clashing. Everything's working pretty dang well. Someone mentioned this before. Very much giving like OG Final Fantasy blue mage. Yeah, like a color inverted white mage robes from Final Fantasy. I like it. I like it a lot. I think again, like I think you need something on your head, whether it be like a hat or something. But like I could see like a big old wizard hat here. But again, your color theory is really good. If you do get a 2.0, I definitely say keep the crown sleeves. I think that's going to be a really defining feature on your design because it's really nice here. So I would definitely consider keeping that. And I even like the shawl. It's good. It's a good design. All right, I am a female. I'm sorry, I had to like let out my inner Ferengi. But I do have a male model. If it doesn't apply, just skip. No, I'll look at the male model. Thank God, chest hair. Let's go. And oh God, I am just chest hair. Fucking happy trail. Damn. God damn. Holy shit. I'm having a lot of fun with this design. My favorite part is the hair. That happy highway, criminy. Oh yeah. It's a multi-toned happy trail. Jeezy Pete's. Long boy. Oh yeah, very long torso. I would say, oddly enough, this is what I was talking about in regard to like putting all of your fashion design at the bottom. If you're noticing, chat, he just looks like he's like shirtless or worse, naked. Like I would add some elements. Look, I'm saying this as someone who is literally shirtless right now, but I could go back to having stuff on me. Like throw some shit on top because again, waist up is what the majority of people are going to be seeing the majority of the time. So like the only thing about your character that is interesting from this upper half perspective is quite literally your hair. That's it. And you have that and you have body hair, which I do like. But like you gotta have some elements on the top. Even when my cape is off and I am shirtless, you see I have the armbands on my biceps. I have the red ropes above the gold armbands. I have scars. I have the scale markings and stuff like that. It's not just a buff topless man. Yeah, some kind of stylized shawl or something like that. Even having like one half have like a sleeve. But I do like the hair. The hair's really nice. Another issue, especially with the treasure trail, is that character may also be assumed to be pantsless, which is dangerous. Oh no, that's what I was saying before. Like at best, it'll look like he doesn't have a shirt on. At worst, it makes it look like he's naked. Oh, Ace Arabian Assassin who just followed like 15 minutes ago. In the shadows to serve the light. This man's gonna ruin every Templar's day. Yeah, this is again, like, I like it. Simple shapes, but still fun. There is complexity here, but nothing is too crazy. I love the red, black, the very bright blue, and the gold. Like, I'll be real, I'm loving this color combo. The rendering style is reminding me of, oddly enough, and I don't mean this as an insult, I actually mean this affectionately. It's giving me Adventure Quest Worlds vibe. I don't know. I'm getting Adventure Quest. I mean that affectionately. I like the design, especially the lighting, but the hood seems too big. I think the reason why the hood feels so big is because there's no cast shadow on the face. So because of that, it feels like, okay, the lighting makes it feel like this hoodie is way too big for the body. If there was like a cast shadow here, the hood would feel more reasonable. I don't know why, but there's a part of me that would associate this with Minecraft. Like, I don't know if that's just me. I don't know. I haven't played Minecraft. But yeah, no, I actually think that this is pretty neat. Oh, what about like an undersuit that connects to the mat? Oh, that could work too. I do like this design though. It just needs like a hair of tweaking. But I do like the color choices and stuff like that. I will say this, as an assassin, my dude, you are going to be standing out. But yeah, no, I like this. Like I said, I would add a cast shadow. All right, let's look at this next one. Kusabi. I've redesigned my character numerous times, and this is my simplest and most favorite so far. I'm a metal producer, so I kind of needed to still look the part. Yeah, no, this is just giving Dr. Stone. Yeah, so Kusabi, I think you need to mess around with fashion a bit more, because the tie choice is really, it's not really working. It's all blending in a lot. I'm assuming those are scars, and this might just be the limitations of what I'm assuming is a V-Roid model. But this looks less like a super badass warrior that like has like a banged up arm and more like your cat saw your arm and said scratchboard. So I would reconsider how you're doing like the scarring here. In regard to the hair, like the hair is the most unique thing. And even then I'm like, it's just looking like you're going Super Saiyan. I need to see some more details added. I think you swung too far into the simplistic, because by swinging this far into the simplistic, and I don't mean this to offend, it's more so I think you are falling into generic. It's not working out, because you said also I need to look the part for a metal producer. I'm not getting that at all. Nothing about this tells me metal producer. What? Yeah, like I don't know what about this is metal producer. I think you swung too far into simplistic, because you even gave yourself like the anime special eye, and I said this earlier. I personally, I'm gonna be real, I find them to be lazy. I think that they are a lazy out for, oh, the unique thing about my character is that I'm just a normal dude, but I have this super cool, interesting anime eye. Like, it's not doing anything for you. I would go back to the drawing board on this a little bit. All right, this is Ryo Coinleaf, shopkeeper VTuber. I kept the design simple intentionally to try to give that NPC kind of feel. Oh, if that's the case, you got it. Yeah. Oh, and you have a little clipboard to take notes. Wait, that's cute. Oh, wait, this is actually really cute. Oh my gosh, wait, and all of these are references from different animes and video games, and oh my god, you are basically the NPC that's in every game. That's a fun gimmick. I actually like that. Yeah, no, Ryo is basically John NPC. But you wanna know the thing is? This is still a really dang good design. Good color separation with the tie and the shirt. I actually love this like almost mauve, like purple grayish shirt with like the brick tie. I love the gloves. I actually like this haircut. The haircut really works for this as well. I love the apron. Again, the apron does great color separation. I love the pants. The boots are great. The boots are so nice. And again, I love that they still have a sword on them. They have that. And look at that smile. That is a friendly smile. This character strikes me as someone who will always do you dependable, make sure you have the best quality products available, and makes a mean quiche. Oh my gosh, I want to try their quiche. But no, this is a good design. Again, NPC kind of feel, you got it. You got that NPC kind of feel without looking like a generic random placeholder character. Like, you look like this is the NPC shopkeeper that you find specifically at this village. I like that a lot. All right, next, Philo Foxglove. Hello, I'm Philo. I'm Philo. I have more art I've commissioned than I am allowed a single reply, but I'd like to hear your constructive feedback. Centaur! We got a Haunts. Oh my god, it's a Haunts with a gun. Gun Haunts! This centaur evolved beyond a bow and arrow. The lethal Haunts. Honestly, this is really fun. Godspeed to whoever makes this a full model. Okay, so of this outfit, maybe it's the rendering. I prefer this style for it. Just because there's more detail stuff here, and I like this a lot. I like the tattoos. I like this. Again, I just love that it's a horse with guns. This is really cute with the shawl too, and I like the horns. We actually do not have a lot of centaur VTubers, or if we do, I haven't seen many of them. I think that one is explicitly to be a Valorant style. Oh yeah, no, like this is giving Valorant. But it's the same outfit. It's just I like the rendering style of the Valorant on it more. But no, it looks good. It looks cute. I will say you have like these cool markings here. I don't know if it's like a lore thing. Bring them over to the general. I'll be real. I really like these markings that you've given yourself here. Bring them over to the general one, because the gold tattoos do look really nice. I would say bring them over to like the base form. I like it a lot. My biggest thing would be I would bring the tattoos over, because I think they really make it stand out. This is Fright Krai, in his 10th mortal form, the god of the multiverse. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm prepping. I'll be real with you, Krai. This is the most I threw everything at the wall to see what stuck design we've had so far. There is so much going on here. So, like, there's the scars. Yeah, I can't make out a theme. Rainbow teeth look sick, though. I will say the rainbow gradient teeth do look interesting. Yeah, it screams 2010 anime. Oh, no, I know what it's giving. Yeah, no, Sky beat me to it. It's giving Cold Steel the Hedgehog. This is all over the place. You got the freaking goth baggy pants, but you have different neon straps. You have a short sleeve zip up hoodie, what look like fingerless gloves that go up to your arms, a V-neck shirt with a cyborg Oni, like the noose tattoo. Oh wait, oh, it's a new. This is really edgy. It's too cluttered. You gotta focus on something. Yeah, no, Arbarian, I agree. This is emo maximalism. It's way too much. And none of this screams God. None of this says that this is a god. Yeah, and the wise words of Toriyama, less is more, my guy. What if they went further, though? It might lead to something if they went further, but as it currently stands, yeah, no. Like, I can literally get my beard shaven from the edge here. It's a little much. Like, this is really, like, I'm trying not to be mean, but this really is giving, like, 2010 edgy anime OC Do Not Steal vibes, and yeah, you're not doing yourself any favors here. It's too cluttered, it's too over the top, it's too edgy. Thank you for sharing, but I think you really should reevaluate and simplify. Marius Ajaxon. I'm always down to get constructive criticism. Let me learn. Alrighty. Damn, that chest. So the interesting thing that I'm finding is that, like, so you have like this belt. You have like what appears to be a wrestling belt, which is giving me the vibe that like you're meant to be like a wrestler. Cave dwelling Fae, VTuber, and writer. Okay, and you literally describe yourself as a V writer. Nothing about this is giving me writer, but also nothing about this outside your belt is giving me wrestler. And if you're going for like a minimalist aesthetic for your wrestling gear, I would highly recommend looking up wrestling gear. There is so many great examples from AEW, WWE, WCW, all the other like it's the indie circuit and stuff like that. There are great examples of minimalist wrestling gear. Like, yeah, Lucha Libre. This is Identity Crisis, kind of. Like, there's nothing here that outside of your belt that is telling me that you have a wrestling vibe, and there's nothing here that's telling me writer. So I think you need to hone in on what exactly you want, because this is again a case of there's too many ideas and none of them are successfully working, because I'm not getting a wrestler vibe and I'm not getting a writing vibe. I like the color choices though. Stick with these colors, just rework the fit. All right, this is Mesoteto, Potato VTuber. Hope I'm not too late. Currently doing a mild redesign, body type change. The art with the shirt pulled up is unfinished sketch, and the sketch are the new look. So this is apparently the work in progress for the new design, and this is the old one. I can see this being a natural progression, though. I see where the vision is going from this to this. I see the vision. I actually really love, like, the patchwork zip leg on this one. I actually think that's really fun. Like the boots. Love like the charms that are gonna be. I actually think adding the charms to the wings are gonna be really fun. I also even like the hood, like the horns. I think the horns are gonna look really nice on this too. Gives me Kingdom Hearts secret boss strip. Kinda. Now I would say the biggest, I'd have to see how this looks when everything's colored and rendered and stuff like that. I think your biggest concern is going to be that it is gonna be very, very busy. Oh, I love the hair. Oh, okay, so these are tattoos. Okay, I thought those were like chains. So there's gonna be like tattoos. Oh, and they're following the scars. Okay, interesting. I actually like this a lot. Ooh, the nails. I actually really like the nails. That's a nice touch right there. Thought they were they look like they're kind of like scales, but they're also like little star scale tattoos. It's really nice, actually. They even drew the pattern on the bottom. Yeah, no, they got the sole. The sole of the shoes got beans. Let's go. Let's go beans. Honestly, honestly, this design is good, albeit simple. This feels like a natural progression. This feels like a second draft in a good way. And I could already tell that you're going to take aspects of your previous design that I did like and add it to this one. And I also do like that it looks like you're reserving your brightest colors to like the stars and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I think this is good. I think the 2.0 is coming out to looking really, really good. I definitely want to see it finished. All right, yeeting the design. This is Ghostbusters Andrew. Give me more. What is separating this from just being a dude? He looks like an Ohio guy. Yep, Christian Green dude? Apparently a Christian Green dude, but we don't judge there. I need more though. Like the most identifiable thing is that you just got a cross on your shirt. Like, come on. I say this again. You are a VTuber. You can be literally anything. Why are you limiting yourself to literally like an outfit I could find at a thrift store? Give me more. Do more. All right, this is Micah Igneous. I promise a statuesque performance with this one. Ha! I get that. I got that one. That was a good joke. So this one's neat because this is so different. It's giving Dragon's Lair vibes. Like, y'all remember that video game, Dragon's Lair? It's giving that kind of vibe. I love unique concepts like this. But, like, this is neat. Kind of reminds me of this fantasy mobile game I played once when I was a kid. I mean that in a good way. Yeah, no, that haunted statue. No, if I'm not mistaken, because I actually, this was over a year ago, I did a voice acting thing for Micah's lore video. Well, I think Micah was like a guardian or yeah, devilishly handsome statue. Yeah, no, I think he was like a guardian or something that got cursed into a statue. So yeah, no, kind of a haunted statue. Micah has some really interesting lore, but I like it. I also do like the idea that he's just like the broken upper half of a, this sign implies that like goblins found him and just put him in a corner somewhere, which is really funny. Sounds like something goblins would do. I agree. I totally see that wander over yonder thing. But no, this is good. It's very unique. The style is very unique as well. It stands out. There's good color separation. Again, I really like that. Love the helmet detail. Again, I love the face. The style is the really like the big drawing thing here. I think this works really, really well. And I want to believe that this entire thing is just the model. Like if there's a model, it's just this with the sign and the treasure chest and everything, because I find that really funny. All right, next, this is Nai Noni. I designed my entire character and first outfit. A fashion designer created the second one. I can see that, but I don't mean that as an insult because your first outfit is quite nice. However, the second outfit really pushes it to that next level. So first going to the first outfit, again, you have some good stuff here. Some good color separation. I love the hairstyle. I like the ears. Love the wave patterning on the pants. I love the gradient from the white to the dark blue with the sea foam blue making the pattern. Loving the leggings into the sandals. Love the sash. Love the tattoo. Love tattoos here. And even with the overcoat, I love this too. I think this is really quite nice. And the red is really popping. Like the red is very much an accent color, but it pops in the best way. Now going to the second design, I will admit I do like this one more just because it gives it a little extra oomph, a little extra character. I love like the lacing on the sleeves there. You had a little bit of gold here. The gold really comes out here and it's still an accent. It's an additive. It's not taking away from your primary colors, which are the blues and the seafoam green. I do appreciate also that the second designer included your wave patterns onto like these longer sleeves and to the sides of the outer jacket. Both these designs are really good. I really do like these. All right, any criticism is good criticism. Currently getting someone to help me redesign my reference sheet for a better eye catch design. I can see why you're like, I get the reason. This is really, really simple for a character sheet and not in a good way, but let's look at the design. Oh, I know you collect and freak. Robot. Yeah, so your whole thing is just that you're a robot. The design ain't bad. I will say the leather jacket on top of all the robot stuff is really funny. Also, the freaking Converse. Really funny. Oh my god, I just realized there's so many different things in this helmet. This helmet is giving Soundwave with a hint of Optimus, with a hint of Gundam. You're wearing your inspirations on your chest. I will say that. Soundwave is one of your inspirations. Yeah, no, I can, from this angle, I definitely see Soundwave, especially with like that head crest right there. Honestly, you just need to do some cleanup. I personally do not think the human elements are doing you any favors. Like, I'll be real. As funny as it is seeing you in the All-Star Converse and the freaking Terminator leather jacket, I don't think they're really adding anything to your character. It's giving he thinks he's people vibe, if that makes sense. I don't think they're doing you any favor because they feel a little bit out of sync, if that makes sense. But like the base of it though, I do like the base design. I think you just need to do a little bit of cleanup. And like I said, me personally, I would ditch the Converse and the leather jacket, but that's just me. All right, next we have Teru. I'm bad at these, but I'm Teru. Not much else to say, but I don't step outside much other than to work or shop. You're just like me. Oh, they end up being partially transparent. Interesting. Oh, and it's like, oh my, wait, this is actually really neat. Like an Eldritch Axolotl. You have like the fluked tail. You like the hair pieces have like the gills, but also you have one side that's a little bit like eldritch. Oh my god, and the hoodie has a tail piece for, okay, wait, this is actually fun. The hoodie's the outer skin. Oh, wait, this is actually really neat. I actually think this is interesting. So quite literally, all of it is you. That's so neat. Fun fact about my artist, we worked together for like 5 designs since the initial VTuber boom, and this is the latest. I was going to say, this does not feel like someone's first design. A lot of thought went into this one. Yeah, so semi-transparent, so you see the hands and stuff like that. Fluffy home slippers. I have slippers like these. They're amazing. The funny thing is, because like the hoodie is like, and the pants are the quote-unquote outer skin, and what's it called, how like you're implying like you molt and stuff, I like that you put the attention of detail of like, okay, how does this work? What are the connection points? So this is actually really neat design, and a lot of thought is put into it. Anti-radiation glasses, which makes sense because of axolotls. So designing communication was really smooth, thankfully. That's good. So a big thing that I helped with was we both like similar animes and media. Oh, okay, so y'all were on the same wavelength the entire time. Very good. I like this a lot. I think that you two cooked with this. I'm trying to think of like anything that I would have added to it, but honestly, I see the effort, I see the vision, I see how it works, and I actually really like this a lot. My brain is like, add a little axolotl charm or something somewhere, but like nothing too obtrusive, because I really like what you got going here. Like, it's pretty dang good. It's pretty damn spiffy. Good design, good work, good effort, good teamwork. Well, since my debut, the first artwork of my casual outfit. Too casual. Your whole shtick is that you are apparently a storm dragon. Too casual. I have a design in the works. Okay. So, because the thing is like Kage, the thing that I would want to remind you, and I've been saying this before, a lot of your designing right now is at the lower half. Again, you have like your dragon feet here. You have like the uneven pants and stuff like that. The tail and everything is to this length and everything. When you are streaming as a VTuber, because we're not just looking at designs, we're talking about this in regard to critiques as a VTuber design and a VTuber model. You're only gonna see for most of the time the waist up. So they're not gonna see any of this down here. They're just gonna see the hoodie, the gray t-shirt, the goggles, and a very disinterested face. But yeah, no, that would be my biggest thing, because again, reminder, the majority of the time you're not gonna see what's on the lower half of the body. So you need to have interesting elements on the upper body. Otherwise, it's just gonna look very disinteresting. And like from the upper body, it just looks really plain. It looks really plain. You need to add some more interesting stuff. I haven't streamed in a bit, but here's my PNG and the art I've gotten using it. Ooh, this is Hadoodle. Very, very macabre. This is my favorite art of Hadoodle's character. I think this art is really, really good. Going back to the PNG, real talk, you don't need the spiked cuffs. If anything, I would say add like those big, almost like Victorian pirate ship captain cuffs to it. I think those would look way more interesting than just Bowser spiked arm bracelets. Because the thing is, it's very easy to go from macabre to just edgy. If you're you're going macabre, lean into the macabre, because these bracelets, they feel a little like, it sounds weird, spikes on the shoulder, I'm fine with that. Here, you're pushing it too far. But I do like it. I like the hairstyle, I like the skull mask, I like the outfit, I like the coat. Just swap out the spiked bracelets with some big macabre, like, ship captain cuffs. You can also go big fur rim sleeves and black leather gloves. That is also true. That could work too. Not gonna disagree with that. All right, this is Sido, the Irish VTuber. I'll be changing the design sometime in the coming months, but would love to critique on the current one. Honestly, I need something else added to this because the most defining feature about this character are the antlers. Okay, so this is what I want people to do, unless this is not your intention, because we did have one where someone literally said the intention of their design is to be an NPC. That works. Reminder, when you are a VTuber, when you are a streamer, you're the protagonist. Give yourself protagonist energy. This isn't really giving protagonist. This feels like a supporting character in an isekai anime. I want you to feel like you are the star of your show. So I would say like definitely like up the ante a bit. Like vines or moss on the antlers. Give me some jewelry or tattoos or something. Give me some accessories because right now it is giving anime side character and I don't want that for you. I want you to be the protagonist of your stream. Be that main character, damn it. I do like the color choices though. I think the color choices are sick. Love this deep emerald green. Love the different shade of green for the hair. Actually like the short sleeves too. I like the outfit. It's just, it doesn't scream like I am a VTuber. This screams, this is a character from an anime that I liked and he was a side character. He's doing like 2 or 3 episodes. He was pretty neat, but like they never showed him again. Are they deer antlers? There's no other details. I'm going to assume deer because they said Irish and then they have a deer emote. So I'm assuming it's meant to be like a stag. Yeah, it gives Sword Art Online vibes, definitely, Sabas. But still, pretty solid. All right, this is from Valcore Wintergiest. Greetings, my lord. I am honored to share my designs with you. I have unique taste in my attire. Tell me your thoughts. Oh, yeah, no, you do have an interesting taste in your attire. Oddly enough, chat, you should be doing shit like this when you're coming up with design ideas. You should not be doing full-on hyper-serious, like, drawings when coming up with a design idea. You should be designing first, drawing second. This is what y'all should be doing when coming up with design ideas. Like, do not worry about, like, oh, does it really, is it super clean? Is it really well rendered? No, you should just be trying to get an idea across and seeing, does the idea work? Of these ideas, I think number 2 is the best. Yeah, this is visual exploration. I am also a sucker for a good cape. I personally think this one is the best one because there's a lot of, like, I like the highlight of, like, this green in the back. It also helps frame the suit really well. I like the fluffy collar. I like the different shapes that are happening here. This one I also really like, just because I like the shoulders. And also, we don't have enough of the tailed coats in the suiting areas. Definitely like the mask as well. I think this one's my favorite. I think this one is my favorite. This one, not really doing it for me. This one feels like an in-between of these two. I prefer this. Yeah, the teal really helps with balancing the purple. Lots of potential here, but I personally like number 2. I think number 2 is my favorite. Daniels! Giving my different forms and outfits give constructive criticism. I love that Daniels is just a skeleton in a hoodie. It's really good. So the thing that I like about Daniels is, because Daniels is so simple, I instantly recognized, I was like, oh, is it a skeleton in a blue hoodie? A blue hoodie and jeans? It's Daniels. My pet peeve in the skeleton design is when the tail is just full. He's just a little guy. He's just a dude. Daniels, funny enough, got the skeleton dragon version when I accidentally called him Dragniels. That explains so much, Azure. That explains so much. This is actually my least favorite of Daniels' designs. This I actually do not like. I'll be real. This is the best one. My reason why I don't like this one is it's just another skeleton cultist boy. This is Daniels, the skelly boy that walks around in a hoodie and blue jeans. Sans vibe. The thing is, I don't know if it's because of the design aesthetic. Sans always had like edgelord vibes to me, almost like a hidden edgelord vibe to me. This doesn't have that, and that's why I don't relate it to Sans, if that makes sense. I do like Daniel's design though. Wow, that is that. I'm sorry, chat. Flashbang. My eyes. All right. Now that our eyes are readjusting, let's look at this outfit. It's actually pretty fun. The white, teal, and pink go really well. The shoes are nice too. I feel like you could do more with the hair. I don't know. Personally, I love the color combo. I'm biased. You are absolutely biased, but this is a good color combo. But yeah, no, the color combo really good. I feel like you could do more with the hair. I don't know. It sounds weird, but like the outfit is so in your face and ostentatious that the hair almost comes off as weird. I don't know. It pops, but not a way that I like per se. It feels off with the aesthetic. I like it though. Ooh, what is this? This is Father Solus. I don't know why. Okay, this opening gap showing the side of the belly and skin, this serves absolutely no fucking purpose, but I like it. I also love that the jacket fades and translates and turns into like these eldritch blood red tendrils and stuff like that. I actually really like this. It's simple, but I like certain design choices. Again, the ab window, absolutely ludicrous, makes no fucking sense. I love it. I also love the monocle with the string made out of blood. It looks like it's reminiscent of blood. Oh, no, it's not monocle. These are glasses. They're just a little hard to see. I like this. I like this a lot. Furry! Look at this dog and say furry! It's a furry! It's okay. We love furries here. All right. So this is would love additional critiques and recommendations. Honestly, I was going to say that this doesn't really have a lot of personality outside of just being a furry. However, something that I really do love that you did, Corginopolis, is I like that your cloak is patchwork. So the cloak is made from different items that he's stolen. Aw, he's a little hobo. I was going to say give him some pants, but I also love that he's just chewing on what appears to be a sleeve. Oh, it's a sock. Oh, wow, I'm an idiot. Yes, no, that is obviously a sock. Honestly, this is really cute. Design-wise, my biggest thing would be, like, again, like, possibly, like, outfits and stuff like that outside of just the cloak. Maybe, like, again, I would say a comfort item, but you have the sock. Honestly, it's pretty good. My only warning in regard to the VTubing aspect of it is if this is ever turned into a model, I would definitely recommend some type of pant if you plan to turn this into a full-blown, like, VTuber model situation, just because the internet is weird and Twitch is also weird about TOS. But like, that's about it. All right, Raven, zombie VTuber. Yo, we got some undead tech wear. Let's go. I love the colors a lot. And I'll be real, tech wear is a good outlet, is a good fashion trend that is unisex. You can make some really cool fits with tech wear. I definitely recommend looking into tech wear. Also love the face design. Love the patchwork. Love the eye difference. This is where I'm like, oh, the special eye makes sense. Love the haircut. Love the semi-transparent hoodie. Love the big-ass collar. Love the oversized jacket. Love the robot hand. I will say the robot hand's colors stand out really well, but it also makes it stand out amongst all of it. Yeah, no, this is really good. I don't know what the purpose of this little piece is. This feels a little superfluous, but other than that, it's pretty damn good. This is Rabid Rees. Or Rise. Actually, thinking about updating this design, would love an opinion. I love your hair. I actually love the bright colors. I actually really like the implementation of like the bright colors. I actually think it's really fun. Honestly, I really enjoy this. I would say one thing. So you have this red spiked collar that is really standing out, and I actually like it. These bracelets get lost to the gloves. Real talk, make them red. They'd still stand out, and it would still look really, really nice, and it would contrast to the gloves and the skin. They would absolutely pop in a good way, especially because you have like red straps already like as the belt and there. You can keep the motif going. Oh my god, his nails are painted too. That's so cool. Yeah, if one belt is a color, the others should follow suit. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, no, I would say like make the other straps the same colors of the red. I think the red looks really well. Admiral Micheal Valois or Valois. So this is again a case of I see where the inspiration was from. I see where the vision came from, but it's still its own thing. You are giving competent Zap Brannigan. I am loving the pauldrons. I like that you have a coat and you have the armor on top of the coat, but because of how the armor's on, the coat's just stuck to it. I love it. It's like I have no choice but to be a cape. cape. Really good. We got like some Voltron vibes here. I'm even getting like, what's it called? I'm even getting like Zeon vibes. Like the, like Zeon is one that I'm getting a vibe of as well. It's like a Voltron character and a Zeon character mixed together. That's what I mean. I see where the inspirations are stemming from, but they have joined in a cohesive fusion and have become something entirely new in and of itself. I like this a lot. Coat capes are always cool. I agree. I like the good color separation of using the yellows, the white, the red is also framing the suit really well. I love like the pauldrons built into the boots. Even like the headpiece is really cool. The hairstyle is also very unique. I like this. This is really, really good. Good shit. All right, this is Sartana VT. Hey man, I played with some ideas over the couple years, opted for something simple and stylized. Hopefully it stands out a touch. Interesting. Steam Tech Goldsmith. Okay. I'm getting Jack and Daxter vibes from it. I'm not getting Beast Boy. I'm getting Jack and Daxter though, especially with the robot arm. Am I crazy or is this not simple? The art style is simple. If anyone else drew this, it would not be simple. Also full beard. Let's fucking go. The colors are very saturated. So I can see that this is meant to be a vest. I see that there's a cut right here. This blue is way too dark. You're losing that detail. I would adjust it a little bit. I like the robot hand. Other than that though, I do like the color separation and stuff like that. I would say this, if your whole thing is that you're like a Steam Tech Golem Smith or something like that, I'm going to assume that like you run like your own like shop or like garage or something. Add a logo somewhere, like add a patch to like a sleeve or on like the knee pad or something. Like give yourself some identifying markers, because right now you just look like a run-of-the-mill artificer. Personalize a little bit more. Make yourself like a cool logo and like make it a patch and slap it on a sleeve or even on your arm. I think that could work really well. All right, next, Index Regalia. Here's a male VTuber I designed. If you ever see him, please tell me so I might find him and cancel him a third time. What? Lore? More, please! Anyway, are they for serious? I don't know. I'll still give my thoughts. I have no idea who the hell this is. Yeah, I'm gonna say, you can't drop shit like that and just not spill. First things first, even for a compression shirt, there's no way that you're gonna see those abs, but that's an art thing. I will not comment on that. Outfit-wise, my favorite aspect of this is the giant-ass horns. Love it. I like some of the details on here, but some of them get lost. So, like, there's, like, some blue filigree along the side, along the edging. However, it's such a bright blue. It's even brighter than baby blue. It's getting lost to the white. I would make this a darker shade of blue so that it stands out a bit more. It doesn't even have to be like this dark blue, just like a little bit darker because it's getting lost to the white. Is this a crystal dragon or an ice dragon? I do not know. Yeah, the chair is a hard read too. I'm not analyzing the chair, I'm just analyzing the design. I do find it very interesting that the tail starts off blue with these crystals, then ends with like a little rat tip. That is pretty funny. I like the gradient from the hair sweeping back. It goes from the dark blue to the light blue to the sea foam to the crystalline blue and then the white. I think that's really, really cool. Like the ring accessories, accessorized chat. The boots are a little basic. I like the crystal knee pads. It reminds me of Marvel Rivals Emma Frost. It's not a bad design. Just make a few color adjustments and I think that's pretty dang good. Yeah, it's giving Loki. Here's Journey. Journey Evertide. We have returned to the femboy. Also, Journey, like we've talked about this before, I do really like your design. I love the oversized fat tail. I love the bracelets around him. They are sealing beads. Oh, okay, so they're sealing beads. I do like the asymmetry. The thing that I like is that you're wearing relatively dark clothing. However, you do have like some highlights like spread out throughout the dark clothing. But I also like that, again, your own brighter pastels that are coming through you are poking out and also adding to the overall look. I love this chibi model so much. It is so cute. Yeah, so I actually like this a lot. It's almost like a gothic Lisa Frank, and I mean that in the best way. I love it. So this one's your first design. I'll be real, I prefer your new one. I prefer your new one. This one is fine. It's very cute. I like the color choices. Again, you're really good at color balancing and also bringing good contrast. I think, though, this is better. All right, this is Zekrios, Space VTuber. Personally, I don't like the drama behind all this, just try to do my own thing and have fun. Oh, you're talking about the male VTuber stuff. I'm proud of my design. Thankful to find an artist who could pull off the art presented here. The helmet is of my own design, but the body required more help though. I have a model on the way, but use a PNG chair to stream for now. Looking to make it 3D eventually. Nice. That is, okay, that's at, I was trying to imagine, like, is it like, how's the chair PNG? This is a good PNG. So my overall thoughts, this is pretty damn good. You have repeated motifs of like these 3 bars that are happening all over the design, which is causing some uniformity, and I like that. So you have them on the sleeves right here, you have them on the pant legs, you have them in the center here and on the sides there. So like, again, a nice uniformity there. I do like the helmet a lot. I like the overall look of it. Very cyberpunk, very Toonami, like you mentioned. Reminds me of Tom, but not This Is Tom. So this is actually pretty dang impressive. And also you have a distinct logo here. Yeah, no, I'm also, you wanna know what I think it is, Azure Alex? The colors and the color placement is very reminiscent to a lot of the colors that you see in Helldivers. So the blacks, the golds, the silvers. Star-Lord, Space Power Ranger, Master Chief Salmon, and Isaac from Dead Space were those all different? I'll be real, I was wondering if you had like some Dead Space inspiration. But yeah, no, overall, I think this is pretty dang good, pretty dang solid. All right, my friend made him for me based off of one of the characters I have, Akuma King. So this is very badass and very spooky, scary, very much demon. My big issue that I'm having with it is mainly, what is separating this from like a Diablo demon or like a freaking like chaos demon of like Korn? Like, I'm expecting this thing to charge at me saying blood for the blood god. Like, it's really interesting, but I think you need to like work on some like big identifiable features. Also, like maybe like some like clothing or something like that. Just something. What I'm saying is like you already have a pretty damn good foundation here. This is a good demon design. Up it to that next level. You know what I mean? I love the neon green. The neon green mouth is really peeking through, and I like that. Yeah, like you could do more of that because it looks like the body is supposed to be like really chitinous. You could always make it that like they're like where like the joints meet each other. Like maybe like there's a little bit of like glowing green flesh there, or like the where the chitinous armor like meets like the soft flesh. Like you can do a lot here because right now it is just a big red dude. Yeah, scars, injuries. You can work on this really well. I think so. All right, this is Los Malice. Oh, this is horrifying. Oh, this is stuff of nightmares. Now, this is different. The big hurdle that you're gonna have is, again, if you ever make this into a full-blown VTuber model, since you don't got eyes and you don't got a mouth, you're gonna have to find interesting, unique ways to emote and puppeteer this design. Like, this is a cool character design. He does have eyes, they're on his hands. Well, I mean, one of them is. But that's what I mean. You're gonna have to find interesting ways to be able to emote with this, because that's the other big thing. I have seen a lot of models that like they're really cool looking, but like they don't got eyes, they don't have lips or anything like that, and so you're just like, you look cool, but it's hard to gauge emotion. All right, so this is Dante Ramses. I've already mentioned this before. I do like Dante's design because Dante does a little bit different with the overall just a dude wearing a suit. He adds extra things, so he has a holster strap on his leg. He has what appears to be a bulletproof vest under the vest. I like that you chose to keep your tie in front of the bulletproof vest. Like, all you're doing is risking the tie, but it's fine. You're styling. Unless the tie is also bulletproof, that is also true. But yeah, no, I actually really like this. I like the color choices. Again, I'm a sucker for like red. So I do like the red highlights. I do like the tie. I like the glasses. Like the hairstyle as well. Really like the hairstyle. I like the freaking streak of red in it. Love, again, distinguishable logo. I really like this logo. Love the little drone dude. This is good. I like this one too, but I'll be real, this one does not interest me nearly as much as this one does. And I think it's because, like, again, like this looks like it's meant to be much more casual. And because it's more casual, it just doesn't really gravitate to me. I do like a little bit of flair and a little bit of panache. And this has flair and this has panache. So I like this. I like this a lot. All right, this is Fasime, Chimera VTuber. I bring chaos to the table in terms of my chimeric physique. I like this a lot because I can instantly tell that this is a chimera. All of the aspects are there. We got the snake tail, the lion foot, the goat foot, the, I'm assuming goat-ish hand, like the dragon hand, like the bat wings, the horns. Like, I actually like this. Oh, wait, or it's like a bear claw. This art here is lovely, but we're not critiquing the art. We're critiquing the design. Honestly, my biggest one is I feel like the potential bear hand needs a little bit more time to cook, because it's, as weird as it sounds, your lower half, traditional chimera, goat, lion, snake. So like that, like there's like the traditional, but then when you get up here, there's like bat wings, a dragon claw, I'm assuming goat horns, bear claw, like, so maybe, I don't know. It is still good though. I do like it. Maybe like a snake eye also. Either way, like it is a good kind, because the thing is, again, this is me nitpicking. I think this is actually a really fun design. I love the shirt. I love the corset. I also love like the little item books. I love that the book in and of itself is also looks like it's like its own character, which is really fun. I do like this shirt though. It's really unique and really different. It's weird. It's a chimera that like, and again, giant clawed, bear clawed hand, dragon hand, freaking bat wing. All of this screams this should be a villain, but the fit is giving me, I'm like, you're a soft boy. You wouldn't hurt a fly. You wouldn't hurt nobody.